Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Lovington Lady Cat Basketball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by Bob's Thriftway, Devon Energy, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Lovington Auto Supply, Stone Oilfield Service, Eunice Pump and Supply, the First American Bank of Lovington, the Lovington Schools, and Western States Insurance. This is your Stone Oilfield Services pregame report. Stone Oilfield Services, WH and his whole crew. If you need anything done out in the patch, chances are Stone Oilfield can take care of it for you. Give them a call. They're Stone Oilfield Services, proud supporters of the Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. So as we come on the air tonight, we get ready for the final game of the regular district season. I'm TJ Miracle. Dawn Morgan on assignment tonight. Braden Cooper running our camera and our tech from here at the Ram Athletic Center. So it's two teams that both need to win. On the line tonight is the number 2 seed in district, so second place in district and the number 2 seed in the district tournament, which will be next week. For the Lady Cats, they are 15-10 on the year, 2-3 in district after the upset loss on Tuesday at Roswell Goddard, 46-43 in that one. We'll take a look at some of the more specifics from that game here in just a little while. Portales at 3-2. Now, even though Portales got beat pretty badly by Artesia, they are still the number 4 team in the state under longtime head coach Wade Fraze. Now, in that game on Tuesday night, and I think, it's a game that the Lady Cats are going to look back on as kind of a woulda, shoulda, coulda game, as we mentioned, Lovington falling in that game by the final of 46-43. Liz Buendia had a huge game. She scored 20, but she was the only Lady Cat in double figures. But here is the statistic that really stands out in that 3-point loss. 11 of 28 from the free throw line. And in a 3-point loss, when you miss 17 free throws, that is an awful lot of points that they left on the board. So, again, Buendia with a good game. Ashlyn Barunda with a good game, just missing double figures. She had 8 points in the ball game, but they are going to need more consistent scoring up and down the lineup. The Lady Cats did have a little bit of trouble, especially with the inside presence that the Goddard Lady Rockets put on them. Had a little bit of trouble penetrating and too often forced to take outside shots. They did fight for everything that they got, but there were some times there too when even when they would get penetration, they just missed sometimes point-blank shots. Now, there's no such thing as an easy shot, especially when it's contested, but you've got to finish those shots and you've got to make them count. Lovington didn't get the transition game that they wanted either. They forced 21 turnovers in that matchup, but were only able to capitalize on 6 of them. So that left a lot of points out on the board, too. The transition game just not quite working like they wanted it to. We'll take a quick timeout, come back, and continue. This is your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show from Stone Oilfield Services here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Z94 Facebook page.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
And welcome back to your Stone Oilfield Services pregame report. I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us from the Ram Athletic Center tonight as the Lovington Lady Cats will wrap up the regular season and try to lock down the number 2 seed in the district tournament next week. It's pretty simple in the girls' game 1 of our doubleheader tonight. The winner of this game will be the number 2 seed. The team that loses will be the number 3 seed. It's a little more complicated over on the boys' side of things, but we'll talk about that before that game. Of course, the Lovington boys will play immediately following the girls' game here tonight. Of course, the Lovington Lady Cats pretty handily dispatched the Portales Lady Rams back at our place a couple of weeks ago, so that has to give them a fair amount of confidence coming into this ball game. Of course, for the Lady Cats, looks like they have their full complement tonight. Of course, Coach Chief Bridgeforth has run with a very, very short roster this year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it is the magnificent 9 out there again tonight. Luisa Cardenas, Carly Knapp, Aubrey Aranda, Myra Castro, Malaya Castro, Ashlyn Barunda, Liz Buendia, Carly Greben, and Erlyn Salcido. We'll get the starting lineups for you here in just a few minutes. I can pretty much pencil in most of them, but I'm waiting on number 5. Yeah. Pretty good bet that Malaya Castro, Ashlyn Barunda, Liz Buendia, and Erlyn Salcido will be 4 of the 5 starters. Coach Chief Bridgeforth has sometimes moved Myra Castro and Aubrey Aranda around in that starting lineup. Of course, also in the gym tonight is Abigail Schaus, but out with the knee injury from earlier in the year that ended her season. Of course, we wish her a speedy recovery and hopefully back for next season. So a lot on the line for the Lady Cats tonight as they come in with right now, the number 9 seed in the Max Preps rankings. Of course, if they were to win tonight, it would make it to where, the way it all works, even if Portales were to be higher in the rankings, they could not go in above Lovington in the playoff seeding, which will, of course, happen next Sunday. As the Lady Cats heading over to their bench, the Portales Lady Rams heading over to their bench. It's always a great time when Lovington and Portales meet up. Doesn't matter what the sport is. I think it's just one of these great rivalries, especially in medium school land of enchantment basketball and all sports, really. So the Cats tonight coming in, as we mentioned, 15-10 on the year, 2-3 on the season. And right now in the Max Preps matrix, they are number 9 in the land of enchantment to take on the 18-7 overall and 3-2 in district Portales Lady Rams, who are in the Max Preps matrix at least number 4 here in Class 4A. So the Lady Cats heading over to their free throw line. The Lady Rams will be heading over to theirs here shortly. So we'll wrap up your Stone Oilfield Services pregame report, come back with the starting lineups and the tip-off as Lady Cat basketball continues in a moment on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community, so bank with trusted partners you know and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat basketball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. I'm TJ Miracle, Dawn Morgan on assignment tonight. Braden Cooper running our camera and tech from here at the Ram Athletic Center. Tiff and Evie back at One Radio Square, keeping an eye and an ear on everything. So the Lady Cats come out, and they are huddled up right now, getting ready to hit the floor. Lovington in the road blues with the white letters and numbers, and Lady Cats in block lettering on the front of the jerseys. For Portales there in the home whites with the red letters and numbers, and Portales on the front of their jerseys. For your Lady Cats, the starters tonight are number 10, Myra Castro, number 12, Malaya Castro, number 14, Ashlyn Barunda, number 20, Liz Buendia, and number 24, Erlyn Salcido. For the Portales Lady Rams, their starters tonight will be number 11, Skylar Massey, number 22, Audrey Payton, number 33, Miley Bonda, number 34, Ebony Fulfer, and number 3, Angel Ornelas. So the Cats and the Rams from here at the Ram Athletic Center getting ready for this big one to determine who the number 2 team out of District 4 4A will be. So Salcido, she will take the jump against Massey, and here we go from the Ram Athletic Center tonight, and the opening tip will be won by Portales. Fulfer pushes it into the corner for Bonda. 3 on the way. That's an air ball, and coming away with it and out, and then up over everybody is going to be Payton, and she'll put up a shot, no good, and the rebound made by Malaya Castro. Castro will bring it up and run the point. She'll direct traffic on the far side, brings it from the right to the left. Takes it into the wing, picks up the dribble, gives it off to Myra, almost losing it, and she will. First turnover for the Lady Cats. They'll push it down to a breaking Payton, but she will bobble it, fumble it, kicking off the legs, and she'll put it out. So the two teams will trade turnovers as we get underway here tonight. 30 seconds in, and no score in this second place game and the final game of the district regular season. So into the front court, push the Lady Cats. Barunda to Salcido at the free throw line. Pushing it into the right corner for Myra. Gets it back off to Barunda, who loses it. Second turnover for Lovington. Push it forward to a breaking Payton. She'll take it up off the right side. And up and in as Audrey Payton will put Portales on the board early, 2-0. Buendia into the front court. Pop a shot for three from the right side. That one is in and out. And the rebound going to wind up being controlled by Salcido. Erlin gets it out to Myra. Her three from the right corner, no good. Malaya winds up with another rebound. Her second. They'll reset to Buendia. She gets it stripped away, but it'll go into the hands of Barunda. She'll go just in front of the free throw line. Push it up and in and out. And Bonda gets the rebound, and then she'll get fouled. They're going to call that one on Buendia. They'll get the hack on Liz. Her first personal, first team foul on Lovington. So give it back to Portales. An early 2-0 Lady Ram lead. Portales looking for a little revenge after falling to the Lady Cats at our place a couple of weeks ago. So into the front court, Ornelas will push it. She'll leave it out for Payton out of Fulfer. Fakes the pass, then back to Ornelas, top of the arc to Bonda, left wing. She'll take it over just inside the arc. 18-footer on the way, no good. Fulfer is there with the rebound, the putback. Fight for the rebound, and they'll call jump ball. And possession arrow goes to the Lady Cats. Good job underneath by the Lady Cat D to tie up Fulfer to keep her from getting a third look at the basket. 2-0, 5:18 remaining, fast-moving first. Buendia crosses the timeline, gets it to Barunda. She'll take it in against Fulfer and count the bucket of the foul in the right lane. Nice move there from Ashlyn Barunda. And gets the foul on Fulfer too, so Lovington ties it up, and Ashlyn heads to the line to try and give the Lady Cats the early 3-2 lead. Not quite 2 minutes gone in this one. 6:11 left on the clock. Barunda's and one is up, and it is good, and Lovington up early, 3-2. Go back into the hands of the Lady Rams. A little backcourt pressure applied from Lovington. Portales moving left to right from our perspective and from the camera perspective. And a bump foul going to be called on Malaya as Bonda taking it up the far sideline. Double check on that call. Should be Yep, it'll be on Malaya, so that'll be her first personal. Second team foul on Lovington. Inbound to Ornelas, back to Bonda. Castro gets to her quickly. Across to Payton, right wing. Her three on the way. That one bounces off of the mark and off of the tip. It'll be Fulfer with another rebound, and she's going to be fouled. Her third rebound. They got to work on her, getting her off the glass. And Malaya going to pick up her second quick personal foul, and that's the third team foul on Lovington. So it'll put Fulfer at the line to shoot two. He's had a couple of looks at it. Hadn't gotten one to go yet. Pardon me, that's not Fulfer. That is Massey, Skylar Massey. So she misses the first. We'll get the book corrected there. So Massey with the rebound and then the foul. Massey flops the feet, puts up her second one, and that one is good. And we are tied at 3 apiece. So 3-all as Lovington will bring it back down the court. Buendia directs traffic from the P in Portales. Takes it to the left side. She works against Bonda. Cycles around, needs some help, hands it off to Aubrey Arandu, just checked into the ball game, and they're going to call Buendia for the push as Angel Ornelas takes the flop. So Buendia now with 2 quick personal fouls. 4th team foul on Lovington. That'll be their 3rd turnover, and that means Portales will be in the bonus on the next Lovington foul, and we've still got 5.5 to go here in the first. Yikes. To the front court with Ornelas. Work it around to Massey. She'll toss it into Payton in the left block. Her 15-footer is up, no good. From the tip, Ornelas with it, and she's going to be blocked, but then she's going to get fouled by Barunda. So she'll head to the line to shoot 2. Actually, they're going to call that on Aubrey, so that'll be Aranda's first personal. 5th team foul on Lovington, and so that puts Portales in the bonus for the last 5 minutes of this first quarter. Ornelas at the line. Her first one is off the mark, no good. So we stayed tied at 3 apiece. So we're already 2 Lady Cats in a little bit of foul trouble. Buendia and Malaya Castro already picking up 2 personal fouls, and Ornelas will get that one to fall. So Portales will take the 4-3 lead. To the front court, Aranda leaves it off for Myra. Castro picks it up, gives it off to Buendia, then sets the pick. Over to Salcido, one bounce, and then she's tied up and has it taken away from her by Bonda. That'll be the 4th Turnover by the Lady Cats. Bonda uses up the dribble to full for deep left corner. Now get it back to Bonda. Drive the left baseline. Push it over to Payton. She'll drive and goes around Buendia. Puts up a little 8-foot push shot. No good. And off of the tip, it'll be Myra with the long rebound. Castro into the front court. Pushes to Buendia. Left wing. 3 on the way. Off the glass. No good. Barunda's there with the rebound. And Ashland's fouled. She'll head back to the line. Let's see who they're going to call that one on for sure. It'll either be on Massey or Payton. Yep, and they'll call it on Payton. Her first personal. Just the second team foul on the Lady Rams, and Ashland back at the line to shoot 2. 4-3, Portales in the lead. First one is up for Barunda, and no good. That was the thing that got the Lady Cats in Goddard Tuesday night, was not able to convert the free throws. As Ashland misses the first, but she'll eye the second. Puts it up and gets that one to fall. So now 2 of 3 from the stripe, and we are tied once again with 4.5 minutes remaining in the first. To the front court, Bonda with it, underhands it to Ornelas. Back to Bonda, left wing. Her 3 ball is up, and it is good. If you leave Bonda that open, she is going to make you pay for it every time, and she does right there. 7-4 now. Lady Rams take the 3-point lead. Salcido and then a bad pass, and Erlin and Liz both going to have to come get it back near the timeline in front of the scorer's table. Liz will get a pick from Barunda. Uses up the dribble, needs some help. She'll toss it across court to Myra. Myra back to Buendia. It is tipped by Bonda and out of bounds. It'll stay Lovington basketball on the far sideline. Scarlett Greben will check in for Myra Castro. Greben, Barunda, Salcido, Aranda, and Buendia into Barunda's. Massey picks her up quickly. A bad pass into no man's land. 5th turnover for the Lady Cats, and back come the Lady Rams. Ornelas misses the point-blank layup. Payton is there with the rebound, and off of the tip, it is loose on the floor, and they'll call the whistle, and the jump ball, it'll be Portales this time. Lovington not doing a very good job cleaning the glass at all. They're getting out-rebounded all over the place here in the first, and off of the inbound, a 3 on the way, and that'll be Audrey Payton who drains the 3 ball, and 10-4 our score, and timeout taken by Coach Chief Bridgeforth with 6:46 remaining in the first period. Lovington trailing by 6, 10-4 to Portales. Just a 30, so we'll keep it right here. Say a big thank you to all of our great sponsors for Lovington Lady Cat Basketball. You see them there on the bottom of your screen. And you're hearing their ads, of course. Bob's Thriftway, Devon Energy, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Lovington Auto Supply, Stone Oilfield Services, Eunice Pump and Supply, First American Bank of Lovington, and the Lovington Schools, also Western States Insurance. We couldn't do this without their help and support, so please support those great businesses who support your Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. It's because of them that we never charge you and never ask for donations or anything to cover these games. We couldn't do that without those great folks. We also couldn't do it without you watching and subscribing to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, so please do subscribe. YouTube.com, just search Lovington Sports. You'll find it. Give it a like, and once we get another 1,000 likes, I'll pull another $100 out of my pocket. Not from the station, not from the sponsors. That's coming from me to say thank you for subscribing to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. So out of the Lady Cats timeout, it'll be Lovington basketball. Greben, Buendia, Aranda, Salcido, and Barunda on the floor for the Lady Cats. Portales picks up the pressure as Buendia brings it across the timeline. Cycles it over to the left side. Little stumble, a little step, puts up a wild one, and Fulfer will be there. She will grab it, and Portales will pull the trigger back the other way. To Bonda, throw the fastball underneath to a wide-open Payton. She'll miss the wide-open layup, and Salcido gets the rebound, and then Erlin's going to get fouled. It'll be on the floor, though. They're going to call that one on Ornelas, her first personal, 3rd team foul on Portales. Lovington just down by 6. You don't have to get in a hurry. You don't have to panic. Take your time, set the offense. To the front court with Buendia. She'll get a little screen/pick, then get it over to Barunda. A little head fake for Ashland, and she'll drive in, and they will call the charge on Ashland. I think the Manu Award goes to Bonda there. So Barunda, her first personal. That'll be the 6th turnover for the Lovington Lady Cats. Ouch. So back into the hands of Portales. We'll toss it over as checking in Tyre Rippey. Bounce it out to Payton, right corner, her three ball on the way. That one is in and out, and the ball will go out of bounds, but last touch by Barunda. She and Rippey fighting for it on the right baseline. So it'll stay Portales basketball, 2:53 remaining in the first. Though the fastball in comes to Bonda. She'll step it out, and that one is going to be partially tipped, and it'll be Barunda who winds up controlling. Ashland throws the fastball down to Buendia. Liz cycles through, tries to get Salcido cutting on the left base, but throws it away. 7 turnovers for the Lady Cats. Ouch. 7 turnovers to just 1 for Portales, but they're only trailing by 6. Go back into the hands of the Lady Rams with 2.5 minutes remaining in the first. A little backcourt pressure. It'll be Payton who brings it up. They'll take it to Bonda. Bonda to the left block. She'll throw up one. No good, and it'll be Aubrey with the rebound. Aranda's first. Push it forward to a breaking Buendia through the left lane and picked from behind by Payton. As Barunda, or whether Buendia, goes to the floor. No call, but it'll stay Lovington basketball as Myra and Luisa Cardenas come in. So Cardenas will go in for Buendia. And Castro in for Barunda, and a foul on the inbound. They're going to whistle that one on Bonda. That'll be her first personal. 4th team foul on Portales. So it stays Lovington basketball just to the right of the Lady Ram bench. Inbound comes to Castro, back to Aranda. 3-pointer on the way, left wing for Aubrey, and bang! Aubrey Aranda breaks the scoring drought for the Lady Cats and gets them back to within 3. 2:10 to go in the first. A Bond in the deep left corner. Throw it all the way across court to Rippey. She'll get it to Fulfer right corner. Throw it back to Bonda left corner for 3. That one off the back of the iron. Fulfer with the rebound. Her putback no good. And off of the tip, it'll be Myra who comes away with it. Myra will bring it down and feed it up and in. Myra will take it coast to coast. Gets the rebound. It gets Lovington back to within 1. 1:40 remaining in the first. 10-9. Portales in the lead. Trying to slow things up now will be Ornelas. She'll push it over to Rippey. Rippey tossing back out to Ornelas to Payton. Giving her a little bit of room, but keeping her honest over there. Back to Ornelas with 1:23 remaining in the first. Ornelas to Bonda, left corner, 3 on the way. That's an air ball, but Fulfer is there. Her putback not going to go, and it'll go out of bounds, and Lovington basketball. Checking into the ball game for Portales will be Aaron Van Leuven. Van Leuven, Ornelas, Rippey, Payton, and Bond on the floor for Portales. Myra will run the point, takes it across the timeline, uses up the dribble, bounce it to Greben. Greben will take it to the right base, no good. And the rebound and the putback by Salcido. She's fouled. She'll head to the line for 2. 3 rebounds now for Salcido, and now she goes to the line to try and give Lovington the lead. They're going to call that one on Van Leuven, her first personal, 5th team foul. So Lovington now in the bonus. So Salcido at the line to try and tie or take the lead. First one up for Erlin and gets the roll. We are tied at 10 apiece. Checking in for Portales will be Maria Lujan. She'll go in for Angel Ornelas. Back and forth here in the early going. Salcido puts up her second, and that one is off the mark, and Van Leuven will get the rebound, her first. And Lovington grabs a turnover, and then the ball will go loose onto the floor, and a whistle sounds, jump ball, and it'll be Lovington basketball. So they force the turnover, and now they have a chance in their own offensive zone. It'll be Myra to inbound, left base, pushes into Salcido on the left elbow. Get it out to Carly, a little hesitation move, pushes it back. Aranda saves it. It was tipped by Lujan from the right elbow. 15-footer off the glass and good. Aubrey Aranda with 5. Puts Lovington up 12-10. 35 seconds remaining in the first. To Lujan, push it to Bonda, takes it down the left baseline, runs over Greben, and they call the block on Carly. The Lovington faithful not happy about it, and I'm not sure I blame them, but I'm not sitting right there on top of it either. So that'll put Portales at the line to shoot 2. That'll be Bonda. Bonda with 3 points in the ball game. Coach Chief Bridgeforth asking about the call, and he's like, well, you called it the other way a minute ago, and it was the same thing. As Bonda makes the first, it's now 12-11. Chief still arguing his case with the official. I don't think he's going to get anywhere. Now he's pointing, call it both ways. Well, the second shot is up, and that one is off the mark, and Carly will get the rebound. That's Greben's first. Back down come the Lady Cats. Myra will slow it up with 21 seconds to go. Directs traffic from out near center court. Pushes over to Cardenas. Cardenas with the head fake. Payton picks her up quickly, tries to bounce it onto the baseline, but instead bounces it out. I thought Von Leuven might have touched it, but the referee says nope, not the way it happened, and so that'll be the 8th turnover for the Lady Cats. 10 seconds to go, a 12-11 Lovington lead to Payton in the front court. Pushes to Bonda, deep right corner. Her three on the way, and that's good. Bonda has her second three ball of the first quarter. That'll make it 14-12 as we have played a quarter from here at the Ram Athletic Center. We'll be back in 1 minute as Lady Cat basketball continues in a moment.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
And back here at the Ram Athletic Center in Portales, 14-12, Portales leads after the first quarter. I'm TJ Miracle. Braden Cooper running camera for us tonight. Dawn Morgan on assignment. Tiffany Evie keeping an eye and ear on things back at One Radio Square. So it'll be Rippey who travels in the right corner, so turn it immediately over to the Lady Cats. Back and forth. This one has gone. Both teams have led Portales at one point by as much as 6. Lovington's biggest lead by 4. Nifty little move for Buendia. Goes behind the back to get away from Lujan, but Payton will pick her up. Push it over to Barunda. Left wing, 3 on the way. That one is off of the mark, and Ashland tries to save it, but saves it in to Lujan, who will get credit for the rebound, and then she'll step on the sideline and turn it right back over to the Lady Cats. 14-12, just exactly the kind of game you would expect here in the early going between these two squads. Forget the fact how much is on the line in district and maybe in seeding time next week too. As Myra, as we're going to have a foul called away from the basketball. Wow, tic-tac, tic-tac. And so Liz has her third personal. That'll be the 9th turnover for Lovington. The Lovington faithful definitely barking at the folks in stripes. So to the front court, Payton. Hits it to Luan, bouncing it back to Payton, deep left corner. She'll try and get a little room on the far sideline. Bounces out to Lujan, top of the arc. Now they'll come near side. That is Rippey. The little push shot from about 10, no good. It'll be Payton with the long rebound, her third. Bounce it to Von Leuven, then back to Payton. Left corner, 3 on the way. That one is off the rim, and Buendia going to sky over everybody and come up with her first rebound of the ball game. Buendia goes behind the back in front of the Ram bench, then gets it out to Myra. Push it over to Malaya. Malaya pushes to Myra, then bounce it to Salcido. Turn around from the free throw line, 15-footer, no good, and it'll be Von Leuven with the rebound. She'll hand it off to Lujan, who will bring it in as Lovington drops back. 1-2-2 man zone look. Deep right corner for Rippey. Lovington tries to trap her up. She'll toss it out. Bonda, it gets batted around and bobbled around and goes out of bounds. Or are they going to call a foul on Lovington on there? They're just going to say went out of bounds. Yeah, they're just saying went out of bounds. Skylar Massey will come back in for Van Leuven. And you've got Castro, Barunda, Buendia, and Salcido on the floor for your Lady Cats. Lujan, Payton, Rippey, Massey, and Bonda on the floor for the Lady Rams. Push it to Bonda. She'll take it in the lane, now push it out to Rippey. Thinks about the 3, but thinks better of it. Malaya gets to her quickly, stays on her, then swats the ball away, but right back into the hands of Lujan. 6:12 to go, first half, a 2-point Portales lead. Over to Lujan. Lovington, good motion on the defense. Rippey to Massey, now over to Payton, deep left corner, 3 on the way. That one is off of the mark, and from the rebound, it'll be Rippey who comes away with it, and she'll push one up and in. Taya Rippey, her first rebound and her first bucket, puts Portales up 16-12. Lady Cats with it. It'll be Myra. Picks up the dribble, pushes over to Malay on the right side. Malay directs traffic, get it to Barunda, tries to get it to Salcido. How is that not a foul? And it'll wind up being a turnover, the 10th for Lovington. They'll get it forward to a breaking Payton up off of the glass. No good, but she'll wind up with her own rebound. Her putback no good at all. Salcido will come away with it. So Lovington brings it back. Lovington faithful want another foul call, not going to get it. So to Myra. Underhand to Buendias. Lujan on her. Very, very tight. Subs waiting to come in for both squads. Hand it off to Castro. Toss it over to Barunda. Barunda thinks about the three. Now takes it to the right block. A little turnaround from about 10. No good. And into the hands of Portales. It'll come. That'll be Payton. That'll be her 5th rebound. Payton to Bonda. Nice job getting to her, but Bonda with the turnaround takes it in front and up and in. She's got 9 points, and it is a 6-0 run to start the quarter for Portales, and Chief takes the timeout. 4:52 remaining in the first half. Portales 18, Lovington 12. We're back in a minute as Wildcat basketball continues in just a moment.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community, so bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Welcome back to Portales out of the Lovington timeout. It'll be Lady Cat basketball. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Braden Cooper running our camera tonight. Tiffany Eby keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. So a 6-0 run for Portales to start the second quarter. Lady Cats need to crawl back into this one. Malaya will take it into the front court. Now she's going to be fouled. They'll whistle that one on Lujan. Her first personal, first team foul. So each team with 1 team foul so far, pretty much halfway through this second quarter. So off the inbound, Greben with it, throws it to Barunda. She'll take it into the low lane, put it up, count the bucket and the foul. Nice job and nice move by Barunda. Gets the bucket, and then she is going to be fouled, so she'll head to the line for the and one. They're going to put that one up on Massey, her first personal, second team foul on Portales. So Barunda back at the line. Eyes it, skies it, and gets 3 the old-fashioned way. 18-15, Lovington back to within 3. 4.5 remaining here in the first half. Lujan off the pass into the front court. Barunda almost taking it away. They were trying to bounce it to Bonda in the deep left corner. Nice job by Ashton to knock it away as Ebony Fulfer will come in for Bonda. As Lujan to inbound it from in front of the Portales student section. Gets it in to Ornelas, to Rippey. Rippey to Lujan, to Fulfer in the left corner. Lujan throws the fastball, gets it to Massey, and then gets taken away from her by Myra, and they call the jump ball, and it'll be Lovington basketball, so that'll be the 5th turnover for Portales. Nice job by Myra. Lovington wanted the just steal, but possession arrow went our way, so no harm, no foul in that one. So Lovington trailing by 3, 18-15 right at the halfway mark of this second quarter. Hand it off to Myra, pushing in, and that one swatted away by Fulfer, trying to get to Greben in the high post, but knocked away, but it'll stay Lovington basketball. Off the inbound, Malaya to Myra, who backs it up. Now she'll take it in, uses up the dribble, then sets the screen for Aranda. Back to Castro. Castro to Castro, working between the rings to Aranda. Deep left corner, bounce it to Greben on the left baseline, then back out to Aranda for 3, in and out. And the ball loose on the court. It'll be a wild scramble for it. Still loose as a whistle sounds and a travel going to be called. As the rebound officially going to go to Ornelas, but then they're going to say she traveled. Portales wanting a foul. Lovington happy with the travel. Both sides are unhappy. Well, you're probably okay. Into Barunda, and she gets bumped, but wow, no call. Instead, it'll be a turnover as Massey looked like she bumped her. But no call. The ref was right there on top of it, and the bump caused Barunda to fumble the ball. Goes out of bounds, so 11th turnover for Lovington. 3.5 remaining here in the first. Lovington with just a little bit of backcourt pressure. Lujan to Rippey, and then she will overthrow Ornelas. That'll be the 7th turnover for Portales. Changes coming in for the Lady Cats as Greben comes out. Luisa Cardenas comes in. Changes out for Portales too. Aranda, Malaya Castro, Luisa Cardenas, Ashlyn Barunda, Erlyn Salcido on the floor for your Lady Cats. It'll be Malaya with it, picks up the dribble, gets it to Erlyn, but throws it away. But there is Cardenas to save it. To Salcido at the free throw line, back to Cardenas. Left wing, 3 on the way, and that'll be an air ball and out of bounds. And back to Portales. 3 minutes exactly remaining here in the first half, 18-15. A rather quiet first half for the Lady Cat defense. Bonda crosses the timeline, throws it in the middle. Aranda will knock it away and almost get to it before it goes out. It'll stay Portales basketball as Aubrey not quite able to corral it, but a nice job stepping into the lane to move that one and to force Portales to think about it again. Ornelas to the front court. Cardenas giving her a little room as she backs it up. Now crosses over. Picks up the dribble to Bonda, wide open, left corner, 3 on the way. That one off of the mark. And Fulfer with the rebound. They're going to call jump ball, and it'll be Portales ball. Fulfer with 6 rebounds in this first quarter, in this first half. Barunda checks out. Carly Greben checks in. Ornelas to inbound from the right baseline. Tosses it in, top of the arc. Bonda, 3 from there. That one is off of the mark. And it'll be Maleo with the rebound. That'll be her 3rd. Castro to Salcido, push it forward to Cardenas, but Luisa not able to handle it, facing tough, tight pressure from Payton. So the Lady Cats now with 13 turnovers in the first half, but only trailing by 3. Portales starts capitalizing on more of those. It could be a long second half for the Lady Cats. Got to clean that up. She's still got a lot of time here in the first. To Bonda, to Ornelas, top of the arc. Her 3 ball up, no good. Rebound will be made by Bonda, her 2nd, and then she's going to get fouled. Should be on the floor. I think they're going to get Malaya. Now the push actually going to be called on Luisa Cardenas. Her first personal. 2nd team foul on Lovington. Dump it in. Massey goes to the low post. Her turnaround jumper not going to fall. And off of the rebound, it'll be Bonda who comes away with it. Then she's fouled, and she will go to the line for 2. They're going to call that one on Salcido. That'll be her first personal. 3rd team foul on the Lady Cats. And Bonda to the line where she is 1 for 2. Under 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Bonda's first is up, and it is no good. So the score remains 18-15, 1:56 remaining first half. Bonda will eye the 2nd. Skies it, and that one is off of the mark, but it'll be Massey with the rebound, and her putback is good. Massey now with 3 points. 20-15, 5-point lead for Portales. Lovington has just had no offense in this first half. They have had no penetration. Cardenas is going to get tied up. It'll stay Lovington basketball. Luisa left that 2 open for Nellis to come in and grab hold of it. Barunda will come in for Malaya Castro. And it'll be Aubrey Aranda to inbound it from between the scorer's table and the Portales bench as a whistle sounds. The far side. All right, now I guess they're going to say we're ready. So into Greben back near the timeline. Carly to Aranda. Aubrey pushes it off to Cardenas. Cardenas underhanded it, trying to get it to Salcido in the post, but knocked away. Very dangerous to try and split 3 Lady Rams there. Fortunately, doesn't bite the Lady Cats this time. Cardenas to inbound, pushes it in at the 4 count. Back to Luis in the deep right corner. Payton picks her up quickly. Moves around, gets a screen from Salcido to Greben, trying to get it in to Barunda. Stolen away, 14th turnover for the Lady Cats. Back down to a wide open Payton, who breaks up and through. She's got 7. Now it's 22-15. 1:12 to go in the first half. Throw it out to Cardenas. Cardenas going to back it up. Push it into Salcido. And look right back to Louisa. Cardenas cycles around. Payton will knock it away and out of the hands and back down. And on the coast-to-coast, Payton stops, picks up, and then they're going to call the push foul on Cardenas. Thought she'd gotten that one away before the foul. That'll be Louisa's second personal, 4th-team foul on Lovington. It is on the floor. So now Myra Castro will check in for Carly Greben. And it stays Portales basketball. 15 turnovers in the first half for Lovington. They trail 22-15. Push it into a wide open Ebony Fulfer, and off the glass and up and in. Fulfer's first points of the ball game. And Portales stretches this one out to 9, their biggest lead of the game, 24-15. To Myra, toss it to Salcido in the right block and up and in. Nice job as Lovington breaks the scoring drought. Throw the fastball down to Payton, a long two-pointer from the left wing, no good. And Cardenas with her first rebound, but then gets it immediately taken away from her by Fulfer. Her 12-footer no good, but Massey is there with the rebound, and she's fouled. So she'll head to the line to shoot 2. Anything and everything that can go wrong for Lovington in this first half has. That'll be the second personal on Salcido, 5th-team foul on Lovington. And Massey heads to the line where she is 1 of 2. There's a whistle going to sound. Now we've got blood on the floor, so a little blood, so they're going to have to clean up Massey. She's going to have to come off the floor. She's the one that's supposed to be shooting free throws. On an injury, you can have her pulled off the floor. So they're going to come out and get some hand sanities and wipes and try and get everything cleaned up. Well, they're working on Skylar Massey. Say a big thank you to our friends at Western States Insurance, Bob's Thriftway, Devon Energy, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Lovington Auto Supply, Stone Oilfield Services, Eunice Pump and Supply, First American Bank of Lovington, and the Lovington Schools, making Wildcat and Lady Cat basketball possible as Massey drains the first one. Makes it a 25-17 score. Cardenas and Salcido out, Buendia and Castro, that's Malaya in. Well, Massey got the first, will eye the second. Try and stretch this back up to a 9-point lead. Second one on the way, and nothing but the net, bottom of the net. So now 26-17. Buendia brings it to the front court with 14 seconds remaining in the first half. Bonda giving her just a little bit of room. Lovington spreading things out. Cycle is going to just hold it. Now they'll start the offense to Barunda. Takes it in, and her little turnaround jumper no good with 2 seconds remaining on the clock, but she'll go to the line. They'll call the block on Ebony Fulfer, her second personal, 3rd-team foul. But it is a shooting foul, so at the line, Barunda for 2. Trying to chip into this Portales lead. Ashland's first is on the way, and in and out, no good. It's just been that kind of half, really. It's been that kind of 5-6 quarters now for Lovington. Never really able to get untracked on Tuesday. And it come out a little flat here on Friday. Barunda's second is on the way, and that one is no good. Fight for the rebound and winding up with it'll be Massey as the buzzer sounds. So we head to the locker rooms. Halftime here in Portales. Portales 26, Lovington 17. Your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime report coming up. Wildcat and Lady Cat basketball continues in a moment on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
And welcome back to the Ram Athletic Center here in Portales. This is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa know-how for your car, and trust me, my friends, you're going to at some point, get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Lovington Auto Supply and Napa, proud supporters of the Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. Napa, get up and go. From here at the Ram Athletic Center, halftime, our score, Portales 26, Lovington 17, with second place in the district on the line for the winner of tonight's ball game. Let's take a look at the first half numbers of this one, as it's been the Miley Bonda show for Portales. She leads everybody with 11 points in the ball game. 7 in the first half for Audrey Payton. 5 points, Skylar Massey. And you got 2 points for Ty Rippey, 2 points, Ebony Fulfer. But Fulfer, absolutely a beast on the glass, had 6 rebounds in that first half. And yet a point for Angel Ornelas. So we mentioned Fulfer with 6 rebounds in the first half, but Payton and Massey with 5 apiece. 24 rebounds as a team for the Lady Rams in that first half. They went 5 of 9, so just slightly over 50% from the free throw line with 7 turnovers. 14 points in the first, 12 in the second. That's how Portales gets to their 26 on the board. Turning the page for your Lovington Lady Cats. Aubrey Aranda leads the scoring right now. Actually, Ashlyn Barunda leads the scoring. She's got 7 points in the first half. Can't read my own handwriting. 5 points for Aubrey Aranda. 3 points, Erlyn Salcido. Then 2 points from Ivor Castro. That is all of the scoring that the Lady Cats have put up. If you've been following the Lady Cats all year, you may be going, well, I didn't hear you say points for Liz Buendia or Malaya Castro. And it's because there's not any. They were held scoreless in that first half. Salcido led the way in the rebounding category. She had 4. Malaya Castro with 3, but only 14 rebounds as a team for the Lady Cats in that first half. They went 50-50 from the free throw line, 4 of 8, but 16 that's 16 turnovers in that first half. 12 points in the first, but only 5 points scored in the second. Lovington just having all kinds of trouble with the pressure being applied by Portales. They've got to find a way to get into their rhythm and flow right now. And through that whole first half, they really just played the game that Portales wanted them to play. Portales' style is not Lovington's style. They need to be a little more patient on offense. They're not moving the ball particularly well. The girls aren't particularly moving well without the ball either. They've got to work on that motion. Portales has done a much better job of that on the offensive end. So Lovington has got to move things around and they've got to find some spark in the second half, or they'll be playing on Tuesday night instead of Thursday when the district tournament gets underway. Now, the good news is, no matter what happens tonight, Lovington is guaranteed at least the 3 seed in the district tournament, which would mean Tuesday night against Goddard at home at the friendly confines of Wildcat Gym. But you'd sure love to be the number 2 team and get a couple of days off, a couple more days off until Thursday, more than likely against these Portales Lady Rams again. But, well, that's still a long way in the future. 16 minutes of game time remaining in the future. A 9-point lead for Portales. Nothing is out of reach, that is for sure. Don't forget, coming up immediately following the conclusion of the girls' game, we will have your Lovington Wildcats taking on the Portales Rams, also the 2nd seed in district, on the line in that ball game. And if you're a Lovington sports fan, tomorrow afternoon starting at 1 o'clock, Wildcat baseball gets underway from Wildcat Park. Don Morgan, yours truly, will have that doubleheader against Chaparral to open up the 2024 baseball campaign. But, of course, we're thinking all about basketball tonight as the regular season comes to an end from here in Portales. But a lot on the line for the Lady Cats and the Wildcats, too. This has been your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How Halftime Report from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa Know-How for your car, and trust me, at some point you're going to, get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Lovington Auto Supply in Napa, proud supporters of Big Blue, the Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. Napa, get up and go. And we'll come back for the start of the second half as Lady Cat basketball continues in a moment from Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community, so bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. I'm TJ Miracle. Braden Cooper running camera for us tonight from here at the Ram Athletic Center. Tiff and Evie keeping an eye and an ear on things at the 3-ring circus that is One Radio Square. Don Morgan on assignment tonight. So we are back here ready for the second half of action. Portales leading by 9, 26-17, and it'll be Lady Ram basketball as we start the second half. Looks like you've got your starters on the floor for both teams. So back to it is Payton off the inbound from Ornelas. They'll work it around to Bonda. Back to Ornelas. Top of the arc now into the corner for Payton. Payton cycles it back around. If you're Portales, you can afford to just toss around and eat as much clock as you want. You can be very deliberate on offense. Payton thinks about the three-pointer as Buendia gets to her quickly. Over to Bonda, giving him plenty of space right now. Fulfer throws it in, winds up in the hands of Massey, but stolen away, but tipped and back into the hands of Ornelas, so no turnover officially. Bonda back, gets tied up by Barunda, and it'll be Lovington basketball. That is a turnover, 8 turnover for Portales. The 35 seconds burned off the clock. So Myra looks for somebody to toss it into. It'll be a full court press, looks like, for Portales. It'll be Barunda who takes it, gets the inbound in the front court. Now she'll take it, tries to bounce it inside, goes over the head of Massey, but right into the hands of Fulfer. 17 turnovers now for Lovington. Ouch. 45 seconds gone in the first. Bonda to Fulfer to Ornelas. She'll fake the pass, then she'll just come back out to Payton. In Portales, now it'll be Bonda, WNBA 3 on the way. Ball loose on the court, and that'll be a tie-up. And it'll be Portales ball this time. Massey got it, but got tied up immediately. Nice job there by Salcido and Barunda to not really get anything but ball to keep her from being fouled. At 4.5, bounce it into Fulfer, right block, 12-footer up, no good. And off the rebound into the hands of Payton, her 18-footer, that one not going to go, and it'll be Barunda with the rebound. But then she is fouled. Now Barunda's second rebound. They call the foul on Massey, her second personal. First team foul in the third quarter. So the score hadn't changed, still 26-17. Lovington's second offensive possession. Myra uses up the dribble, top of the arc to Barunda. Ashland for 3. That one off the mark, and Massey with the rebound, and she'll push it over to Fulfer. So one and done for the Lady Cats. Again, not able to get the rebounds. And Portales up by 9, can afford to just burn as much time as they want to. To Fulfer, Bonda takes it on the left baseline. A little 7-foot floater, pushes it up, no good. And the ball loose on the floor again. And they'll call jump ball, and it'll be Lovington basketball as Buendia will come away with it. You're going to have to fight for every rebound. Just trailed by 9. That's just 3 possessions. Still got a lot of time left. 6 minutes remaining in the third. So 2 minutes gone in the third, and neither team has put a score on the board yet. Myra trying to get it into Salcido. She will in the high post. She'll have to push it back out to Malaya. Ornelas on her, push it over as getting popped in the face is Barunda as Bonda goes in and just clocks her. Second personal on Bonda. Second team foul on Portales. It is on the floor. And Buendia inbound from the left baseline. Push it in to Barunda, and she'll put up a circus shot and count the bucket and the foul. Ashland. Second time she's done that. She's got 9, and it breaks the scoring here in the third as they're going to call that on Massey. Her third personal, third team foul on Portales. Well, Barunda at the line for 3 the old-fashioned way. And Leuven will check in for Massey, who has to sit with 3 personals. Well, Ashland trying to get to double digits in the book. Takes the deep breath, eyes it, skies it. And off the front of the iron, the free throw shooting woes continue as Van Leuven going to have another rebound. That is her third. 26-19. Back down to a 7-point lead for Portales. Ornelas cycles right side, then tries to throw it in and swatted, tipped, and going to wind up on the floor, but in the hands of Salcido. Count the turnover, but then a bad pass going the other way as Myra not ready for it. Bounces over her head. The teams trade turnovers. So Portales gets the break with 5:22 remaining in the third. Aubrey Aranda checks in from Ira Castro. Comes over, gets some words of encouragement from Chief Bridgeforth. As Portales will set their offense. Bonda goes from right to left, then tries to bounce it, but does right into the hands of a Lovington Lady Cat, who pushes it forward to a breaking Liz Buendia, and then she's going to get fouled by Audrey Payton. Malaya Castro forced the turnover and then pushed it forward. Buendia heads to the line for 2. That'll be Payton's second personal, 4th team foul on Portales. And now Buendia at the line looking for her first points of the ball game. Referee said something to Liz. Not sure what that was about. First one up from Buendia is good, and Buendia finally in the books and back to a 6-point lead. Lovington chipping away at it. Carly Greben will come in for Ashlyn Barunda. Ashlyn might need a little ice for her face. She's been popped a couple of times by the Portales Lady Rams this quarter. She's tough, though. Second one on the way for Buendia, and Liz gets them both to a 5-point lead, 26-21. 5:09 remaining in the third as Tyre Rippey will come in for Van Leuven. You've got Buendia, Aranda, Malaya Castro, Carly Greben, Erlyn Salcido on the floor for your Lady Cats. Ornelas, Payton, Rippey, Fulfer, and Bonda for the Rams. Bonda for three from the left corner. That one off the arc, and the ball goes out of bounds. Lovington, though, showing much more intensity here in this second half so far, trying to get the rebounds. Ornelas just throws the fastball in. Bonda top of the arc for three. That one is off the mark, and it'll be Malaya who comes away with the rebound. That'll be her fourth. Castro keeps it herself. Pop a shot. Right wing. Three on the way. That one is off the mark, and the ball goes out. Last touched by Salcido as she was trying to get position on Fulfer. And did, but just couldn't quite handle the basketball. Back over into the hands of Portales. Lovington needs to keep the intensity picked up as they'll come over, run a little trap. As swatted at by Salcido. Nice job by Erlyn to swat that away from Bonda. She started driving on the left lane. Nice job to get all ball and not arm or hand. Stays Portales ball, though, left baseline. Ornelas pushing it in, trying to get into the middle, and does, right to Aubrey Aranda, 11th turnover. Aubrey keeps it herself. Pop a shot, left elbow, 12-footer up, no good. And the ball out of bounds. Should be last touch by Bonda. It should be Lovington basketball. Is Chief going to send Ashlyn Barunda back in? So Barunda comes in for Salcido. And Buendia looks to inbound it. 4:18 to go in the third. Lovington has chipped it back to just a 5-point lead. To Greben, to Castro, right corner. Three on the way, and bang! Malaya Castro in the book now with the three ball. So Lovington back to a 2-point deficit as Portales to the front court as we hit the halfway mark of the third. Throw the fastball into Fulfer wide open, misses it underneath. Ball loose on the court as Barunda comes up with it, and then she is fouled. Nobody's going to tell me Ashlyn's not pretty tough. She's getting beat all kinds of up underneath as they're going to call that one on Bonda. Make sure, nope, that'll actually be on Fulfer. Her third personal. Fifth team foul, and so we should take the 85-foot walk because that is bonus time for the Lady Cats as Barunda goes to the line for two. Ashlyn is 3 of 7 from the free throw line. But she can get this one tied or even closer. First one up for Ashlyn is good. So the Lady Cats have chipped away a 9-point deficit, now just down by 1. Barunda now with 10 points in the ballgame, leads Lovington. Fulfer will check out. Lujan will check in for Portales. So Barunda eyes the second. Puts it up and gets them both. 11 points now for Barunda, and we are tied again at 26 apiece. Now, if my math is right, it is a 9-0 run for Lovington to start this second half. Pressure in the backcourt as bouncing it forward. Ornelas with it. She'll take it and then leave it off for Bond in the right corner. She'll cycle around, 18-footer up. No good, but she's fouled. Aubrey Aranda going to get whistled for the foul. Not a great foul. That one was off the mark a little bit. Just the second personal on Aubrey. Just the first team foul on Lovington. Not only have they picked up the intensity, they've played clean. So Ornelas, who's 1 of 2 from the, that's Bonda to the line. And she gets the first. And she was just 1 of 4 to that point, now 2 of 5. And Portales goes up 27-26. Well, Bonda makes the first, puts up the second, gets them both. And now 28-26, timeout on the floor. Portales going to take the timeout. 3:40 remaining here in the first, or rather in the third quarter. Portales up by 2. We're back in a minute as Wildcat and Lady Cat basketball continues in a moment.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Back here in Portales out of the Lady Ram timeout. It'll be Lovington basketball as Lovington has chipped this from a 9-point deficit to just a 2-point trail, 28-26. Now a little backcourt pressure for Portales out of the timeout. Buendia to Aranda, and it'll be Aubrey who will bring it across the timeline. Push it over to Malaya. Malaya right corner, 3-ball, and bang! Malaya Castro finally starting to find the range and puts Lovington up 29-28. Back down comes Portales. Leave it off for Payton on the big Ram symbol, which looks a little bit like UNM's. Of course, they're the Lobos. They just kind of worked it into that emblem. Lujan with it to Payton. Picks up the dribble. Back to Lujan. Takes it from the left to the right to Ornelas on the right sideline. Bounce it to Bonda over to Payton. Payton, 3 from the top of the arc. Clanks off the front of the iron. It'll be Greben with the rebound. That'll be Carly's second. Hits it to Malaya. Now tossing it to Greben. It is off her foot and on to Aranda's hands. Tossing the high one onto the left baseline. Trying to get it to Barunda. And they're going to call jump ball as Ashland goes down hard again. Possession arrow will go back to Portales. Turnover number 19 for the Lady Cats. A lead, though, 29-28. As a whistle sounds as Coach Wade Fraze is going to take another timeout with 2:39 to go in the third. It's just a 30, so we'll keep it right here. I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us tonight. Braden Cooper alongside running camera. Tiff and Evie Stuber keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. Hope you're doing great tonight. Of course, if you're wherever you're watching, glad to have you with us. Do subscribe to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Reminder, once we get another 1,000 subscribers, so that'll get us to the 2,000 mark, I'll pull another $100 out of my pocket and award it to another random subscriber. It's not coming from our great sponsors who you hear and see at the bottom of your screen. Not coming from the station. It's coming from me just to say thank you for supporting your Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. So the Lady Cats getting a little bit of momentum. The Lady Rams and Coach Wade Fraze trying to stop that momentum from happening. It will be Portales basketball out of the timeout. With 2:39 remaining in the third, Lovington has flipped the script and gone on a 12-2 run to start the quarter, and they're up by 1. 0-2 Portales, that's Ornelas. Lovington giving her a little bit of space. Now they'll push it out to Payton, or pardon me, that's Rippey. Rippey back to Ornelas. Buendia gets to her, to Rippey. Bouncing back out. Working the far side. Lovington is tighten the defense up. Push it over, get it to Lujan. They're still working it around. Then the turnaround in and out for Payton, and the rebound going to be made by Aranda, and then Aubrey's fouled. They're going to call the hold foul on Bonda. That'll be her third personal. We'll take the long walk all the way down the court, and Aranda to shoot free throws, and it'll be a timeout again by Coach Wade Fraze. He's burned 3 timeouts in the last minute and 40 seconds, basically, of clock time. It's a 30. We'll keep it right here. Say a big thanks to our great friends at Western States Insurance, the Lovington Schools, First American Bank of Lovington, Eunice Pump and Supply, Stone Oilfield Services, Lovington Auto Supply, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Devon Energy, Bob's Thriftway, making Lovington Lady Cat basketball possible. Support those businesses that support your Lovington Lady Cats and Wildcats. Of course, the Wildcat boys playing about 20 minutes after the completion of this one from here at the Ram Athletic Center. Second place in district on the line, potentially there too. We'll talk more about that. We have the boys' pregame show coming up. So out of the Portales timeout, Aubrey Aranda heads to the line to shoot 2 after the rebound and the foul. So Aubrey going to try and stretch this lead up, and that one is off the mark. The free throw shooting woes continue for the Lady Cats, but they've been much better so far in the second half. 4 of 6 now from the line. Second one on the way for Aubrey. That one's off the mark, but it'll be Ashland with the rebound. That'll be her 4th. So now Lovington will reset with 2 minutes remaining in the third. To Aranda, pop a shot, top of the arc for 3, and bang! Aubrey Aranda with 9 points. 8 points in the ball game. Makes it 32-28, but something tells me Portales has got a comeback in them. Don't want to get complacent. To Rippey, to Lujan, but saving it is Ornelas in front of her own bench. She'll take it to the left elbow, uses up the dribble. To Lujan, right side for 3, off the mark. Ball loose on the court, and coming out and getting it will be Payton, her 6th. They try and trap Payton up, and she's just going to run in and go wild and crazy through 3 Lady Cats and finally draw contact. I have never liked fouls being called on when an offensive player is doing something like that, but they're going to whistle that one on Aranda. That'll be her 3rd personal. 2nd team foul on Lovington. At least they do say it's on the floor. As Myra Castro will come in for Aubrey Aranda, who has to sit with 3 fouls. But Aubrey's been one of those sparks that we talked about them needing in the second half. Aubrey's been that through the first 6.5 minutes of this one. To Rippey, and she's going to get fouled. Yep, the hip check on Salcido. Erlin gives the old Alfred E. Newman the who me. Yeah, unfortunately it was you. So, not a great foul, but it's all right. Her 3rd personal, 3rd team foul on Lovington. Rippey at the line, rips the first one. Makes it 32-29 in favor of Lovington. So Rippey gets the first, eyes the second, will put it up. And that one is off the mark, and it'll be Salcido who comes away with the rebound, her 5th. Erlin tossing it over to Myra, having to go high off of everything, and Myra going to get fouled. She'll go to the line. Portales not liking it is Ornelas goes hard to the floor, and she's going to get the foul called on her 2nd personal. So now Myra Castro to the line with 1:17 to go in the third. Business picking up a little bit, as they say. And things getting pretty physical out there. So Myra at the line has not had a lot of opportunity at the stripe this season. So she'll push up the first one, and that one is no good. So our score remains 32-29. Lovington in the lead. 1:17 remaining here in the third. So Myra missing the first, eyes the second, will put it up, and she gets that one to go. 4-point Lovington lead, 33-29. Clock continues to move down to 1:10. Buendia going to come out and get Bonda in the backcourt. She'll get it across the timeline, then uses up the dribble. Desperation pass right into the hands of Myra Castro to Buendia. Bounce it over to Malaya. Right corner, 3-ball off of the mark, and it'll be Payton who will come away with it. Payton keeps it herself, tries to take it coast to coast, now steps out in the right wing. 3 on the way by Payton is up and good. Had a little room, took it. She's got 10 in the ball game and gets Portales back to within 1. 33-32, Cats in the lead. It'll be Malaya, works against Ornelas, gets it to Buendia. 35 seconds to go in the third. Underhand to Ashland from the left, baseline and up and in for Barunda. Barunda having a whale of a quarter, 35-32. Back down comes Portales. Trying to push it up and in, and getting the foul instead is Ornelas. They're going to call that one on Salcido. That'll be her 4th personal. Third, make that the 4th team foul on Lovington. So Ornelas at the line where she is 1 of 2. 24 seconds remain here in this third quarter. Lovington down by 9 going into the third, now up by 3. But Ornelas trying to chip away at it, and she'll put up the first, and it is good. 35-33. Carly Greben going to come in. Erlin Salcido going to have to sit with 4 personals. She is battled like a banshee down on in the low post and on the glass. So Ornelas gets the first, eyes the second, and that one is good. It's both sides of the bonus. Back to a 1-point ball game. Lujan putting on the backcourt pressure against Buendia. Liz will take it up, crosses the timeline. Then he'll back it up with 15 seconds to go. Lujan staying on her pretty tight. They're going tight man coverage. Wendia goes behind the back again, takes it in, but he'll have the ball knocked away and tipped away. Back down comes Portales. Ball tipped again and loose, and then to Ornelas, who will put it up and through the strings at the buzzer. We head to the fourth. Portales retakes the lead, 36-35. We got a good one. Fourth quarter on the way here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
And we have gone up and gone right back into a ball game here in the fourth quarter. As the third quarter, a huge turnaround for the Lovington Lady Cats. Outscoring Portales 18-10 in that quarter. They still trail by a point, but at one point they were down by 9, and Portales was threatening to run away with it. Lovington showing much more energy in that third quarter. They're going to have to keep it up here in the fourth, as it'll be Myra crossing the timeline as we start off. Lovington basketball to Barunda. Back over to Malaya, WNBA 3 right wing. That one is off the mark, and Buendia comes away with the rebound, and then get it out to Malaya again, and she is going to miss that one, and a long rebound will go out of bounds, and they're going to say last touched by Bonda, who puts the hands on the hips like, I didn't touch it. Yeah, I don't know. You're pretty good fighting for it under there. Give the refs the benefits of the doubt on that one as they'll get it into Myra. Back to Buendia. Buendia for 3 in the right corner. That one is off the mark, and it'll wind up with Bonda. He'll push it back for Portales. They'll bring it into their offensive end. Taking it coast to coast is Ornelas. Her push no good, but Fulfer is there with the rebound. Her putback won't fall, but she'll head to the line. 8 rebounds for Ebony Fulfer, and she'll go to the line for 2. And so a little bit of barking from the Lovington faithful. They're going to call the punch foul on Ashlyn Barunda, her second personal, first team foul in the quarter. Fulfer at the line. Her first trip to the stripe, and she will miss that one. And now Portales from the line is 10 of 16. Lovington 9 of 17 from the free. Castro, ouch, turnover number 21 for the Lady Cats. 45 seconds into the fourth. A 1-point Portales lead, 36-35, and it is Lady Rams basketball. To Payton into the corner to Massey, trying to throw it in, and Barunda knocks it away and goes out after it, tries to save it, can't get to it in time. So it will remain Portales basketball. 1 minute gone here in the fourth. The high inlet pass to Payton, to Bonda, top of the arc. Takes it left side against pressure from Castro. Now to Ornelas for 3, left corner. That one up no good, and a foul going to get called on the floor. So who did the hook? They're going to call the push foul on number 10. Well, they're going to call that on our number 10. That's on Myra. Her first personal, second team foul, and the shot is up, and it is good. And that'll make it a 38-35 ball game. Back down come the Lady Cats. To Myra, tossing back out to Buendia. Liz throws the fastball into Salcedo in with 4 personals. To Liz. Payton gets to her quickly. They'll toss it back out. Myra going to have to go over and try and save it, but not able to do so. And turnover number 22 for Lovington. Coach Chief Bridgeforth, I think, wisely taking the time out to try and settle things down. 6.5 remaining in regulation. The Lovington Lady Cats trailing 38-35. 30-second timeout for Chief, so we'll just keep it right here. Say a big thanks to all the good folks who make Lovington Lady Cat and Wildcat Athletics possible, including First American Bank of Lovington, Lovington Schools, Stone Field Services, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, Devon Energy, Lovington Auto Supply, Eunice Pump and Supply, and Western States Insurance. I'm TJ Miracle. Braden Cooper runs camera for us tonight. Tiff and Evie keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. And thanks to you for being with us wherever you are tonight in Southeast New Mexico, West Texas, and around the world on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. Winner of this game will be the number 2 seed coming into the district tournament next week, and will host a Thursday night affair from their respective gym. Loser will be the 3 seed, and will still host, but it'll be Tuesday against Goddard. So to the front court, Portales brings it. That'll be Ornelas to Payton. Payton picks up the dribble, gets the high inlet, trying to get it into Massey, goes out of bounds. Last touch by Barunda. So it'll stay Portales basketball. The inbound to Bonda, top of the arc, and that one is off the mark, but it'll wind up in the hands of Payton, and Payton runs over one of her own players. Are they going to call us for a foul? You're kidding. How do you get Myra for a foul when Ornelas ran over Massey? Second personal on Myra, third team foul on Lovington. Aubrey Aranda going to check into the ball game for Myra Castro. 6:10 to go, a 3-point Portales lead, 38-35. Ornelas from the right baseline. Looks to get it in. She'll push it in. That'll be Fulfer who takes it into the lane. Her little hook shot, no good. The rebound is there, and that will be Ornelas. Rebound on the putback. She's got 7. Now Portales has gone on a run. They're back up by 5. To Buendia. Long cross-court pass to Aranda. Fulfer gets to her quickly. Aubrey a little head fake. Comes back to Liz, but it is off the mark and into the hands of Portales. Another Lady Cat turnover. Bonda will take it coast to coast and misses the shot. And somehow Ornelas outfights everybody for the rebound, and her putback's good. She's got 9. And now 42-35. Just like that, Portales has stretched it back out. Bad pass, and Portales going to pick it up and take it off the other way again. Fulfer winds up with it, takes it to the right base, and that one is off the mark. Massey is there with the rebound, but she is fouled, and the wheels just coming off right now for Lovington. They're going to call Aranda for the hold. Aubrey's 4th personal, 4th team foul on Lovington. Skylar Massey to the line. Well, they're saying that's Aubrey's 5th. I only had it as her 4th. Unless I missed one somewhere, they're saying that's Aubrey's 5th personal. I only had that as 4. Aranda heads back to the bench, head down. Coach Chief Bridgeforth not arguing. So it must be 5 as Skylar Massey to the line to shoot 2. Her first one is up, and it is off the mark as the Wildcat faithful not at all happy about the officiating here in this 4th quarter, to be sure. So Massey misses the first. She'll eye the second with 5:21 remaining. Puts up her second one. That one is off the mark, but winds up with her own rebound in the putback. 9 rebounds and now 9 points, and it's a 44-35. Back to a 9-point lead. Ties the biggest of the game for Portales. Arlington with 5:09 has got to go on a run and do it right now. Buendia directs traffic to Barunda to Greben. On the left base, she'll turn around from the left block and count the bucket and the foul. Carly gets it to fall. Greben's first bucket of the ball game, and she's fouled. They're going to whistle that one on Massey. That'll be her 4th personal, just the first team foul on Portales. So Greben at the line for the and one. Carly looks at it, puts it up, and the and one is off of the mark, and trying to save it is Salcido, but steps on the baseline, and back to Portales. Lady Cats now 0 of 1 from the line, so they are 9 of 18, 50-50 from the line in the ball game. Portales 0 of 4 here in the quarter, so that's a good thing. Little backcourt pressure as they'll get it to Payton, use his upper dribble. Pushing back to Bonda, 4:47 to go. with the lead. Portales can afford to just kind of take the air out of the ball if they want to Payton. Greben gets to her quickly. They'll get it back around. Cycling through with Ornelas as Buendia out on her to Fulfer. Push it to Massey, push it to Bonda, left corner, and that one over the back of the backboard and out of bounds. Lovington basketball. So back to the Lady Cats with 4:26 to go. 7-point lead for Portales. Lovington with it as they will push it back in. Buendia to Malaya. Both of them having rather quiet games by their standards. Liz pushing to Carly to Salcido, wide open and Erlin up and in on the give and go. She's got 5. Well-designed play right there. Back to a 5-point Portales lead. To Ornelas, right wing. That 3 ball is up and no good. It'll be Massey with the rebound. She'll take it in and a push shot up, no good. Fight for the rebound is Bonda this time. And another fight for it underneath, and it'll finally go out of bounds, and it'll be Lovington basketball. 44-39, Portales in the lead. I told you, Portales had a comeback in them, and they did. Let's see if Lovington's got one more in them. Winner lines up as the number 2 seed coming out of this district, and that also looks good to the selection committee come Selection Sunday next Sunday. Buendia to the front court. Liz, little crossover, thinks about the 3. He'll get it to Malaya. Throw it in to Carly, who gets popped. No call. Back out to Liz. Buendia goes to the left block. Put it in. Count the bucket and the foul. 4 points for Buendia, and she'll head to the line for 3 the old-fashioned way to try and cut this down to just a 1-point Portales lead, and that'll do it for Ebony Fulfer. That's her 5th personal. She fouls out of the game with 2 points and 9 rebounds. And Buendia at the line for 3 the old-fashioned way. It'll be Tyre Rippey checking in to take her place. 44-41, Liz trying to cut it to just a 2-point ball game. And one is up, and it is in and out, and the ball loose on the court. It'll go out, and last touched, I think, by Greba. No, they're going to say last touch by Bonda, so it'll be Lovington basketball. 3:28 remaining. Tension ratchets up here at the Ram Athletic Center. Buendia, underhand to Barunda. She'll take it through the left lane, in and out, no good. Greben is there with the rebound and the putback. Carly's 3rd board of the ball game. She's got 4. Lovington back to within 1. 44-43. How quickly the fortunes can turn as the D-up chant starts from our right in the Lovington fan section. As Ornelas fakes the throw, goes right baseline, picks up the dribble. Nice job by Barunda. Salcido comes over to help. They'll toss it out, and a little bit of confusion as Payton tried to throw it off of Rippey and then realized, I shouldn't do that. And that'll be a timeout taken quickly before the turnover can happen. It'll be just a 30 for Coach Wade Fraze. I don't think he's got a 30. I don't show him with a 30, but okay. You're going to go ahead and let him take the 30. All right, fine with that. 2:53 remaining in the ball game. Back and forth seesaw affair. 44-43, Portales in the lead. They were up by 9 when this half started. Only up by 1 when this quarter started. Then they stretched it back out to 9. And now they're back to a 1-point lead. Now let's see if Lovington can keep their foot on the gas. We are under 3 minutes to play as the official comes over and says, you didn't have a 30, Coach. You can actually tee them up for that if you allowed them to take a timeout they didn't have. And I had that as his, he did not have a 30. But he did have a 60. So he says he's okay with it. And I guess the refs are okay with it. But Fraze now with just 1 timeout left. Lovington and Coach Chief Bridgeforth with 2 timeouts left. So it'll be Portales basketball out of the timeout. Throwing it in and intercepted by Malaya Castro. 13th turnover for Portales. They try and trap her up. She'll get it to Buendia, who takes it into the front court. Works it around. Drives hard to the rack. Shot up. Count the bucket and the foul. And the Lady Cats have gone back up in this one. Buendia stepping up in the 4th. They're going to call that one on Tyre Rippey, I believe. Her first personal. 8-team foul, and Buendia at the line for the and one. Liz puts it up, and it is good. So now Lovington has chopped the 9-point deficit to a 2-point lead with 2.5 remaining in the ball game. 46-44. Trying to pull the upset of the number 4 team in the state. Underneath, beautiful pass, give and go up and into Skylar Massey, who has 11 in the ball game, and we are tied at 46 apiece. And back down the other way, and a whistle sounds. They're going to call Payton for the push, her 3rd personal, 4th team foul on Portales. And they say that was the 5th. I had it as their 4th, but okay. So it'll put Buendia at the line to shoot 2. Tied at 46 apiece. So 46 all. Buendia trying to give the Lady Cats the lead back. Puts up the first and gets the lead back. 47-46. Lovington in the lead. You wouldn't expect anything else out of a Lovington-Portales game. I don't care if it's football, basketball, baseball, softball, or tiddlywinks. Second one is up, and Liz gets them both. 48-46, Lovington back up by 2. 2:20 remaining in the contest. Portales is definitely not going away, though. They've already chipped back from a 5-point, 6-point deficit. Lovington has chipped back from down 9 twice. As Rippey with the travel, she wanted the foul, didn't get it. Instead, it'll be the 14th turnover for Portales. Now the Ram faithful barking at the officials. I think if you've got both sides unhappy at some point, you're probably doing the right thing. As a whistle going to sound. Is Chief Bridgeford taking the timeout? I think he is. Yep, it will be Chief who takes the timeout, and they say it's a 30 for Chief. I don't have Chief with a 30 left. But okay, yeah, and they're going to come over and ask, do we have a 30 or is this a 60? All right, well, what a back and forth affair we have had. As Lovington trying to knock off the number 4 team in the state, at least according to the Max Preps rankings. Now, why is that important, you might ask? Well, one, you get the bragging rights of knocking off the number 4 team in the state, but it also puts you as the number 2 seed in district, which gets you the Thursday home game in the district tournament. But it also means when seedings come out next Sunday, they cannot put Portales ahead of you in the seeding. So for the Lovington Lady Cats, if they were to keep Portales in, say, the top 7 or 8, and I think they would, that means they would have to put Portales and consequently Artesia over them too. So beating Portales at home and then here tonight could guarantee the Lady Cats a home playoff game on the 8th. 2 minutes remaining in the ball game out of the Lovington timeout. 48-46, Lady Cats in the lead. Barunda, Castro, Buendia, Salcido, and Greben on the floor for the Lady Cats. Trapped up near midcourt. Buendia working against Ornelas. Now she'll take it, and she slips and slides, and yep, before she could push it off. That'll be the 25th turnover for the Lady Cats. Yep, she went slipping and sliding on the floor, tried to push it out, but not before the refs determined that she'd gone too far. Happened the other way a few minutes ago. So they've called that one. I think they've called it pretty well down the middle. They'll bounce it out. Ornelas to the free throw line. Pick up the dribble. Try and get it near side to Rippey. They will. She'll take it down the left baseline, and she'll be fouled as she puts her shot up. Not going to go. They're going to call Salcido for the foul, and that'll do it for Salcido. Her 5th personal. She'll foul out with 5 rebounds and 5 points in the ball game. So Myra Castro going to come in with 90 seconds remaining. Tyra Rippey to shoot 2. Both teams in the bonus here. Rippey 1 of 2 from the line. Will put up the first, and that one is off the mark. So the score remains Lovington 48, Portales 46. So Rippey at the line, missed the first. Eyes the second, and she will miss that one too. And the ball will go out of bounds as Myra just watches it go, and it should be Lovington basketball. What? They're going to say Portales basketball. They're going to say Myra touched it last. All right, so Portales, 1:25 remaining. Ornelas pushes it in, gets it to Rippey in the left block, spins back, gives it to Bonda. Bonda takes it to the left baseline, step back from 15. That one is off the mark, and it'll be Myra with the 3rd rebound. Castro to Castro to Maleo, 1:13 to go. Get it to Buendia. 48-46, Lovington in the lead, and they call the offensive foul. Are you kidding me? Wade Fraze ought to run for Congress after that job of politicking. And now the official's going to come over and ask about it too. One of the officials disagrees with it, and nope. And they are going to call Malaya Castro with a flagrant. And that'll be a turnover for Lovington. And Coach Chief Bridgeforth's going to come over and go, what in the world? And he's turning his red as the Portales on the floor, and I think he's got a point on this one. As it looked like maybe the head official was going to overrule that one, but not this one. Like I said, Coach Wade Fraze was, politicking pretty darn hard. Now, girls away from the ball have been doing that all game long, and they have not called it. Coach Wade Fraze is now politicking for Coach Chief Bridgeforth to be teed up. Like I said, he's saying we should be shooting free throws. It's an offensive foul. No, it's a turnover. You don't get to shoot free throws. Unless they call it a flagrant, then he would. So a little confusion here again. Coach Fraze probably needs to run for Congress after tonight. 1:08 remaining in the ballgame, 48-46. We've got some confusion. As an official, they're going to say the flagrant will lead to free throws. So the Lovington faithful not happy about it. They did not call the flagrant initially, but then changed it to a flagrant. They didn't tee up Malaya. So not only are Portales going to get two, they're also going to get the ball back. Bonda from the line and misses the first. Well, the score remains 48-46. Things are getting a little heated here. Second shot on the way for Bonda, and she gets that one to go. 48-47, 107, make that 108 remaining in the game. And because it was a flagrant, it'll be Portales basketball. I don't disagree with the foul necessarily. I do disagree with them calling it a flagrant. But girls have been doing that away from the basketball both ways all night long. And it seems like they've been called for it once, and we've been called for it 3 times. And they decided to make it a flagrant. 1 minute remaining. Lovington holds on to a 1-point lead. Push it around to Rippey. Now back out to Ornelas. Ornelas bouncing it into Bonda. Bonda puts up a shot. No good. Gets her own rebound, and her putback is up, and it is good. Miley Bonda puts Portales up 49-48. Liz behind the back, bouncing it, trying to get it to Barunda, and through her legs and out of bounds. With 45 seconds remaining, and timeout is going to be taken. We've got a good one. It will be a full timeout. It'll be the final timeout for the Portales Lady Rams. We'll just keep it right here. Say a big thanks to all of those great sponsors you see and you hear. See them on the bottom of the screen. You hear them when we play their ads. Couldn't do it without Devon Energy, Lovington Auto Supply, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lovington Schools, Western States Insurance, First American Bank of Lovington, Stone Oilfield Services, Lee County Electric Cooperative, and Bob's Thriftway. Support those folks who support your Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. Don't forget, about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one, it'll be the Wildcat boys taking on Portales again. Just like this one, second seed in the district race is on the line. So Fraze uses his final timeout. A little controversy here late on a flagrant foul call that allowed Portales to retake the lead. Can't miss the fact, though, that Lovington has come back from down 9 twice in this game. But 27 turnovers, yikes, including a big one on the last possession. So a little backcourt pressure now with 43 seconds to go, a 1-point Portales lead. Payton to Massey to Bonda in front of the scorer's table and crossing into the zone. Loses the ball, looking for some help, pushing it back to Massey. At some point, Lovington is going to have to foul. They'll get it over to Payton. Payton with 26 seconds to go to Bonda. Liz tries to foul her. They don't call it. You'll call the one a minute ago, but not that one. And now Malaya going to get called for a foul again. As Liz saying, I tried to foul her. And I think she's absolutely right. They're going to get Malaya for her 4th. And at the line, it'll be Tyre Rippey. So Rippey trying to stretch this up to a 3-point ball game with 20 seconds remaining. So Rippey bends the knees, puts up the first, and it is off the mark. No good. Score remains 49-48. Whew, what a ball game we've had. So Rippey misses the first. She'll pull the trigger on the second. Puts it up, and that one is off the mark, and Ashland with the rebound. That'll be her fourth. Gets it to Buendia into the front court. Push it over to Malaya. Three, left wing, and off the mark, but Buendia is there, and she's going to get hammered. Liz will head to the line to shoot two. Liz's fifth board of the ball game. So now she's got a chance to go to the line to give Lovington potentially the lead, as they're going to whistle that one on Ornelas. So Buendia, with 9 seconds remaining in the ball game, heads to the line for the tie or the lead as the Ram Athletics Center gets loud. Liz puts the first one up, and it is no good. Has to get this one to tie it. Two Lady Cats have fouled out. They do not have the services of Salcido or Aranda. As the stands shake, Liz eyes skies. And good, and we are tied at 49 all. 10 seconds, less than 10 seconds to go, and Chief Bridgeforth takes the timeout, his fifth and final timeout. Oh, goodness, I'm going to get a drink of water and a cough drop, and we'll be back in 60 seconds as Wildcat basketball continues.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Back here with 10 seconds left. A tie ball game as the inbound will come to Rippey. Lovington tries to trap her up. They will steal it away, and no, it'll wind up still in the hands of Portales. They didn't start the clock like they were supposed to the free throw line with Ornelas, and the officials are coming over and say, you didn't start the clock. That is the right call. Tee up. You can tee up the crowd for this. And that would give Lovington free throws. You can throw a technical on this one, or you can elect to just run the clock out. There was 9.4 seconds left, and they didn't start the clock until Portales had gotten possession back of it. They need to run this clock, and we need to be going to overtime, or they need to call a turnover and give it to Lovington. I'm not sure exactly what the protocol is, but that was an obvious timekeeping error. So it should be Lovington basketball, I think, at the least. Coach Chief Bridgeforth going to call his girls off to the side. Again, I think they should probably, I think the right thing to do is just run this one off the clock. 9.4 seconds is what was there. Coach Chief Bridgeforth is saying, what in the world is going on? 9.4 seconds was what was on the clock, and they should have had at least 5 or 6 seconds run off. Finally started it with stopped it with 4.9 seconds remaining. As Coach Wade Fraze is barking, they shouldn't have 20 seconds on that clock. Sure shouldn't have 28 seconds on that clock. It should be 9.4. No, I think they're going to let Portales re-inbound it. Now they're going to put 2.8 on the clock, and they're going to let them inbound it from center court. So they're going to basically run 2 seconds off the clock. Coach Chief Bridgeforth is asking, why aren't you making them go all the way back to the backcourt? And I think that's the right call. And yep, now they get 9.4 on the clock, and it'll be a re-inbound. Chief and his assistants telling him hands up, no fouls. They are in the bonus. So 9.4 seconds remaining. Portales gets a do-over. Can't like that as they'll get it into Payton. She'll push it forward to Ornelas, and she'll take it forward, and they're going to call the foul on Myra as Ornelas runs into Myra. 4.8 seconds to go. Castro's third personal, and Ornelas heads to the line where she is 3 of 4. 4.8 seconds to go as Coach Wade Frey is going to pull everybody over. Talk to him. Shot up for Ornelas, and that one is off the mark. Hits the back, hits the front, hits the side, and then hits the floor, not going through the rim first. So the score remains 49 all, as this one has been contentious in the second half for sure. Ornelas puts up the second one, and that one is off the mark. Rebound going to be made by Barunda. Coming back down, Lady Cats just going to dribble it out and play for overtime. So we head to free basketball tonight. We had so much fun with 4 quarters. Let's play a fifth. Overtime on the way, 49 all, as Lady Cat basketball continues in a moment from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps. And woo!
And welcome back. Overtime from here at the Ram Athletic Center. The Lovington Lady Cats coming back from 9 down twice in the ball game to tie this one up, and had a chance to win it, but not the way things work. Neither team going away in this one, to be sure. So we'll play 4 minutes more to decide it. And who knows, we might up, the way this one's going, we might wind up playing 2 or 3 or 6 or 12 overtimes. So with Erlen Salcido fouling out of the game, it'll be Greben to take the jump against Massey, and it'll be Portales who controls. Get it to Bonda. She'll take it over Myra. Ball is loose on the court, still loose on the court, still loose on the court. And finally, Buendia going to get it, and they're going to call jump ball, and it'll be Lovington basketball. So it'll go to Lovington. 10 seconds gone here in the overtime period. All tied at 49 apiece. Buendia runs the point. Takes it out. She works against Ornelas. Just giving herself a little bit of room. Oh, yep, they're going to call the push off on Liz. They got her on that one. Got to call it both ways, though, ladies and gentlemen. 4th personal on Liz. That'll be turnover number 28 on the Lady Cats. They'll give it back to Portales. Malaya Castro, Liz Buendia, each with 4 personal fouls. As to the front court, it'll be Tyre Rippey. 2 Lady Cats. Salcido and Aranda already out of this game, fouling out. Throw the fastball in, and going hard to the rack and up and in is Massey. 13 points in the ball game, and she gives Portales the lead. As the scorebug decides it hates me, Lovington will bring it back down the other way. 51-49 into the corner with Myra. Toss it over to Liz. Buendia cycles, bouncing it out. Malaya, WNBA 3, left side, and bang! Malaya Castro drains the tray. 9 points for Malaya. And Lovington up 52-51. Still in the backcourt. Finally, Ornelas will break and get into the front court. Into the deep right corner with Bonda. She'll drive in on the left baseline. Going to be blocked, but they're going to call the foul on Barunda. Looked like she got all ball. The ref didn't see it that way. Her 3rd personal. And so heading to the line will be Bonda to shoot 2. Bonda is the most consistent Portales free throw shooter. They are only 11 of 27 from the line tonight. Bonda's first is up and good. Lovington not just a whole lot better. They are 13 of 22. Second one is up, and that one is no good, but the rebound was made by Payton, who then pushes off and gets not called. Payton's 8th rebound of the ball game. She got Carly Greben right in the gut with an elbow, and Payton goes to the line for 2. Be Payton's first trip to the free throw line tonight. They're going to call that one on Ashlyn. Her 4th personal. First one is up for Payton and good, and we are tied at 52 apiece with 2:38 remaining in the overtime. 11 points for Audrey Payton. Second one is up, and Payton gets them both. 53-52. Back and forth, back and forth. Buendia to the front court, has to be a little careful. To Barunda, nice move as Ashlyn goes through the hole on the left lane and up and in. Ashlyn Barunda with 15. Back down comes Portales, 2:20 remaining. To Massey, shot up and no good, but she's fouled, and that'll do it for Ashlyn. She's going to foul out of this one. They call the block on Ashlyn Barunda. She'll foul out with 15, so now Lovington with 3 girls fouling out, as Luisa Cardenas is going to have to check in. Lovington has had foul trouble all over the place. So at the line is Massey, and she'll get that one to go. Skylar Massey now with 12 in the ball game, and we're tied again at 54 apiece. Carly Knapp, the only Lovington girl left on the bench. I think he can still use Myra if he needs to. Second one is up, no good. And yep, Myra's on the floor, and she gets the rebound. Back down come the Lady Cats, tied at 54, halfway through the overtime. Buendia backs it up, gets a block. 3, Buendia, and bang! Liz Buendia, 13 points in the ball game, and Lovington up 57-54. Back down comes Portales, ball loose on the floor. Lovington tries to get away with it, and coming through, it'll be Payton who puts up the shot, no good. Massey comes through with the rebound, and she's fouled. So she'll go to the line to try and do it, and I think that may be it for Buendia. We'll see for sure. Not Buendia, but that'll do it for Malaya Castro. So there's our best three-point shooter out of the game. And now Carly Knapp has to come into the ball game, as Aranda, Malaya, Ashlyn, and Salcido have all fouled out. Lovington only carrying 9. And oh yeah, that's a violation. You bet it is. The Lovington still up 57-56. The lane violation. And so the Lady Cats lead by 1, 57-56. Second place in district on the line. And a better seed, and a bad pass turned over. 29, and back down comes Ornelas, and she will put it up and in. Angel Ornelas with 11. Puts Portales up 58-57. Buendia, Knapp, Greben, whistle. And timeout going to be taken by Coach Chief Bridgeforth, his one timeout in the overtime. So with 1:21 remaining in the game, it is Portales 58, Lovington 57. Overtime continues in a moment.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Back here in Portales, the overtime continues. Chief Bridgeforth takes his overtime timeout with Portales leading 58-57. I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you along. Braden Cooper running camera tonight. Tiffany Evie keeping an eye on things back at One Radio Square. Overtime back and forth, but Lovington down. They've only got 5 girls with any that don't have any that have fouls to give, basically. So no subs can come in. So Lovington, what you got is what you got. Buendia, Myra Castro, Greben, Knapp, and Cardenas. Lovington basketball with 1:20 to go as Myra controls it. Hands it off to Liz. Gets pushed by Ornelas, no call. Liz brings it back down, stops, brings it out. Castro back to Buendia. Buendia just going to cycle it around. A 1-point game. You can afford to be patient. Reset the offense. Liz behind the back. Looking for some more room. Back over to Myra in front of the Lovington bench. Back out to Liz. 52 seconds remaining. Liz with it. Pops the shot, partially blocked. Ball loose on the floor, and they're going to call the jump ball, and it'll go back to Portales. Turnover number 30 for the Lady Cats. With 30 turnovers, it is frankly amazing that they have forced the overtime period. Now Coach Wade Fraze is going to use his overtime timeout with 44 seconds remaining. 58-57, Portales in the lead. For Lovington, out on the floor, Liz Buendia is out there with 4 personals. Myra Castro with 3 personals. She may have 4 because they called I'd have to double check that. But Lovington's playing in all kinds of foul trouble. Aubrey Aranda fouling out of the ball game with 8 points. They could use her. Malaya Castro fouling out with 9 points here in the overtime. Ashlyn Barunda fouling out with 15. It was Ashlyn who really helped trigger things and keep this close in the first half. And Erlyn Salcido was fouled out. She fouled out back in the fourth quarter with 5 points. They could use her presence underneath too. So can Lovington get somebody to step up? With only 44 seconds remaining in the ball game. 58-57, Lovington. If they can pull this off and pull this back, that would mean that no matter what happens in the district tournament, that Portales could not be seated higher than them in the playoffs. And right now, they're ranked 4th in the state. 4-5 as the inbound will come to Ornelas. As Ornelas tries to throw it away and gets it into the middle of the court and right into the hands of the Lady Cats. Buendia goes to the right base, puts up a wild shot, no good, and it'll be into the hands of Massey. Lovington wanted a foul, not going to get it. Massey to Bonda. Bonda is up and gets the roll. Bonda now with 17 points, and it is 60-57. Still time, 21 seconds to go. Buendia using up the dribble, and they call the push on Buendia. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Liz fouling out of the ball game. Lovington with only 4 girls remaining. And Coach Chief Bridgeforth asking, are you kidding? And I don't blame him. Looks, at least from up here, it has appeared that has gone against Lovington a lot more times as they leave Liz. Nope, Lovington just going to play. That should have done it for Liz, is going in and missing the bucket, but with the rebound, the putback, Massey once, Massey twice. She'll get it that time, and that'll put the nail in the coffin for Lovington, 62-57, and at the buzzer, Buendia, and Portales will win this one 62-57, the final score in this one. We'll take a quick timeout, come back, and wrap this one up. Get you ready for the boys' game. Lady Cat basketball continues in a moment.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Back here in Portales, the Lady Cats fall in overtime, 62-57. A back-and-forth affair. Lovington coming back from down 9 twice in the ballgame, but 30 turnovers in the game. Just too much to overcome at the end. So Lovington will be the number 3 seed going into the district tournament next week. They will play Goddard on Tuesday night, tentatively at 7 o'clock. We'll double-check that and, of course, have the info for you tomorrow and next week here on our family of stations. So the Lady Cats have to put it behind them, get ready for the district tournament, and well, we're getting ready for the final game of the district slate between your Lovington Wildcats and Portales. We will take a quick time out and try and recover from an exciting girls game and get you ready for the boys game as Wildcat basketball continues, and we return with the boys edition of the Stone Oilfield Services pregame report here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel at HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat basketball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Game 2 of our final district doubleheader tonight. The Lady Cats losing in heartbreaking fashion, a thriller tonight, but falling to the Lady Rams of Portales 57-62 in overtime. So, all right, had a minute to go take a breather, and all right, ready for the boys' game. And we come into this when the Wildcats, under head coach Casey Pack, 15-10 on the season. They are 3-2 in district, and right now in the Max Preps Matrix, they are seeded number 7. For the Portales Rams, Lady Rams, and the Lady Cats played earlier. For the Portales Rams, under longtime assistant, now I believe he's in his second year as the head coach, Randy McBroom. Rams are 15-10. They are 2-3 in district. Of course, Lovington beat these Portales Rams 63-53 back at our place a couple of weeks ago. So the winner of this one could very well be the second seed in district. Now, Lovington is in the driver's seat for that one with the win over Portales. So for Lovington, if they win tonight, they are unquestionably the second seed, and that means Thursday night back at the friendly confines against probably Portales again. But that's the way it works. Now, if Lovington were to lose by less than 10, they would still be the number 2 seed by virtue of the point tiebreaker. But if they were to lose by 10 or more, then it would become a coin toss. Yeah, when you go through all the rankings and how it all works, yeah, if it's still tied after you get past the points, it goes to the coin toss. So I know Lovington does not want it to get there for sure. So the Wildcats heading over to the bench, getting ready for the start of this one. Should be an exciting game. It's going to be hard-pressed to be more exciting than the girls' game, but something tells me that it might just be. So the two teams head to their benches as we get ready for the introduction and the national anthem. We will take a timeout, come back with your starting lineups and your tip-off as Wildcat basketball continues in a moment from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-4318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat basketball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Starting 5 tonight for the Wildcats, it'll be number 1, DeMarcus Thompson, number 3, Julian Arroyo, number 4, Elijah Rivero, number 12, Micah Pondo, and number 24, Cale Covington. For the Portales Rams, it looks like their starters tonight will be number 10, Bradley Aguilar, number 2, Paxton Culpepper, number 3, Jace Hightower, number 24, Carson Pfaffenberger, and number 4, Joel Lujan. So ready to go for this one, Pfaffenberger, and Covington will take the jump, and it'll be Portales basketball, and they tip it out, and so it'll wind up being Lovington basketball off of the tip. So Thompson going to come over. Lovington will start the game with possession next to the Portales bench. Inbound comes to Arroyo as he is picked up by Hightower. Julian takes it to the far sideline, gets a screen and a pick from Covington, and a whistle sounds and a foul going to be called as Culpepper comes over and is like, well, what'd I do? Well, you can't bump them. We saw with this crew, they're not going to take a lot of contact. So that'll be the first personal. It is on the floor. Thompson gets it into Covington. Nobody gets Cale immediately. He's like, where was everybody? To Rivero. Throw it inside, trying to get it to Arroyo in the post. Instead, it'll wind up tipped around, and Pondo keeps it. Get it out. Yeah, work it around. Rivero with it. Bounce to Arroyo. Back to Elijah. 5-footer from the right. Basin up and in. Elijah Rivero, and Lovington strikes first. They got 91 against Goddard on Tuesday night. If they can do the same thing here, play with that kind of speed and intensity, it could be a long night for the Rams. And they'll get it into the corner. Culpepper for 3, and that one is up and good. Paxton Culpepper answers and puts the 3 ball in. Now it's 3-2 Portales. Back the other way, ball swatted away and out of bounds. It should stay Lovington basketball. Yes, it will. As Thompson will come over. Packed house tonight here at the Ram Athletic Center. You would expect nothing less. Pondo, right corner off the inbound for 3, and bang! Micah Pondo drains the tray. So the Cats answer a 3 with a 3 and make it 5-3. Into the front court with Culpepper. Culpepper throws the fastball over and rolling it in, and the block foul going to be called as Aguilar misses the shot. But they'll get Pondo for the foul, his first personal, first team foul. And at the line will be number 10, Bradley Aguilar, to shoot 2. Whole lot of free throws in that girls' game earlier. Neither team able to really find it consistently. Aguilar will put his first one up and in, and it is now 5-4. Lovington with the 1-point lead. Starters still on the floor for both teams. You'd expect to see them out there much of the game. Aguilar's second is up. That one is no good. And Pondo will sky up. He'll get the rebound. Micah gives it off to Rivero. Bounce it over to Covington. Covington hippity hop back out to Rivero. Left baseline. Tosses to Pondo. Lovington will set to Thompson. Thompson pitching back out to Pondo. Pondo takes it to the right side. Backs it up. Top of the arc for three and bang! Second tray for Micah Pondo. Is Lovington early doubling up Portales 8-4. Throw it to Aguilar on the left base and up and in for Bradley Aguilar. He's got 3 in the ball game. If the Cats can get it running, I don't know that the Rams can stay with them. But I sure know they're going to try. Julian Arroyo gets the screen, steps back, NBA 3 right wing, off of the glass and off of the hands of Lujan and out of bounds. It'll stay Lovington basketball. 2 minutes gone here in the first. 8-6, Cats in the lead. Rivero to inbound it. As a whistle sounds, and they call an offensive foul on Lovington. They're going to call the charge on Cale Covington, his first personal, second team foul on Lovington. First turnover for the Cats. This crew likes a lot of off-ball fouls. Bounce it, baseline, away from everybody. Turnover number 1 for Portales. So the two teams still trying to kind of feel each other out here. 8-6, Lovington in the lead. A little backcourt pressure from Hightower on Arroyo. The 2 number 3s going at it. Julian takes it into the front court. Spins, loses the basketball, goes through the 5-hole of Thompson and into the hands of Aguilar. Second turnover for the Wildcats. Leave it off for Hightower. He'll run the point. Into the offensive zone come the Rams. Push off, no call. Hightower with Julian giving him a little bit of room. He goes to the left wing, slips, stumbles, gives it off. 3 on the way for Lujan. Shot up, no good. And into the hands of Culpepper, who will rattle it home. He's got 5 in the ball game, and we are tied at 8 apiece. Spin move through the lane and turning it over once again as it came off of the legs of Covington. Back down is Aguilar. His shot up, no good, and it will be a rebound by Arroyo. Julian trying to get it to Rivero and throws it away 4 times down the floor. 4 turnovers for Lovington. They were 3 for their first 4, and now they got 4 straight turnovers. Rivero going to come out. Anson Marquez checks in his place. Also in Ethan Stevens. Stevens, Marquez, Arroyo, Pondo, and Covington on the floor for the Wildcats. Starters still out there for the Rams. Hightower to Pfaffenberger off of the inbound. Pfaffenberger will give it right back to Hightower. Push it in. Wide open Aguilar. Nice little hesitation move. Shot up. No good. Winds up getting his own rebound, but stepping out. So it'll be Lovington basketball. Tied at 8 with 4:40 to go in the first. Checking in for the Rams is a number 20. I don't have a 20 on their roster. So I'm not sure who for sure that is. But we know he's in the game. And Stevens, he gets tripped up by Lujan. They're going to call the trip on Joel Lujan, his first personal. Second team foul on Portales. Stays Lovington basketball. Looked like we might have a run and gun ball game early, but things have kind of slowed down now. All tied at 8. Inbounding as it comes into Covington. Covington works against Pfaffenberger, tosses out to Pondo. Pondo left base, little 10-foot floater up, no good, and Pfaffenberger will come away with the rebound. As Stevens goes to the floor, back into the front court with Hightower, throws the fastball underneath to a wide open number 20, who will put it in. Again, I do not have his name, so I apologize in advance. Was not on the roster we were given. Little hesitation, a little head fake, and shot up, no good by Lovington. Back to Pondo off of the rebound. His shot up, no good. Ball will go out of bounds, and it'll wind up in the hands of Portales. 10-8. Portales in the lead right at the halfway mark of this first period. The inbound from Culpepper to Hightower. Lovington with a little backcourt pressure. Back near side to Culpepper. Marquez giving him a little bit of room. Rivero waits to check back in for Lovington. Culpepper pointing out where he wants his pick. Now he'll toss it over. 3 ball on the way, NBA distance, and that one is in for Hightower. Now 13-8, push it forward to Stevens, all by himself in the right corner for three, and bang! Ethan Stevens with the tray. Now it's 13-11. Back down comes Portales, leading by 2. Stevens works against Hightower. He'll toss it to Culpepper. Covington out on him, bouncing it to Pfaffenberger. In the left block, his turnaround from 5, no good, but number 20 is there. His putback, no good, and then the rebound made by Marquez, and a whistle sounds, and a push going to be called. And I can't believe I forgot to write Anson down in the book, as the foul is going to be whistled on Paxton Culpepper, his second personal, third team foul on Portales. DeMarcus Thompson will check back into the ball game. He'll come in for Marquez. And now JoJo Perez going to check in. JoJo will come in for Ethan Stevens. So Perez, Arroyo, Rivero, Covington, and Thompson. It's the 5 starters on the floor for the Cats. Full court pressure on. They'll toss it into the front court with Covington. 13-11. 3 minutes remaining in the first. To Perez, to Rivero, to Covington, left wing. 3 on the way, and bang! The big boy drains the tray. Travian. 14-13. Lovington back up by a point. 2:40 remaining. Pfaffenberger underhands it to Lujan, who's going to leave it off for Hightower. Hightower gets the screen from Pfaffenberger, takes it into the lane, puts one high off the glass, no good. Number 20 has it and puts it back in, and good. 15-14, back and forth affair. Rivero to Perez. Gets the screen from Covington. JoJo looking to get it inside, but instead it'll wind up in the hands of Pfaffenberger. 5th turnover for the Wildcats. Little backcourt pressure. When we go to the break at the quarter, I'll double-check the rosters. Bounce it into number 20, and he's going to miss that one. Gets his own rebound, but he is partially blocked out, and then he's going to be fouled. And they're going to call Thompson on the hack. That'll be his first personal. 3rd team foul on Lovington. So 20 goes to the line. He's got 4 points already. He leads. And he misses the first. So the score remains 15-14. As Perez checks out, Stevens checks back in. Again, I apologize. Number 20 was not on the roster I was given this morning. Second shot up, no good. And it'll be number 4, Lujan, with the rebound. So Portales will reset. Almost loses the basketball. Push it back out to Hightower. Works against Arroyo. Then gets a screen, and that one is going to go soccer style out to Pfaffenberger. Top of the arc, and the big boy for them will rattle one home. Pfaffenberger makes it 18-14 in favor of Portales. Back down Arroyo, left corner for 3. That one is off the mark, battling for it. Thompson with the rebound, and DeMarcus takes it in and doesn't get the foul. Just going to be swatted away by Pfaffenberger. To Lovington basketball. Arroyo tosses into Covington. Takes it into the post and up with the little hook, no good. And the rebound by Pfaffenberger, his second. Pfaffenberger going to leave it off in the backcourt for Culpepper. That's Hightower. To the front court, gives it off to Lujan. Portales setting the offense up by 4. Hippity hop for Lujan. Puts up his shot, no good. And the ball loose on the floor. And DeMarcus Thompson going to come away with his second board. Throw it forward to a breaking Rivero. The transition game, and getting back and fouling him was Ethan Crawford. So the foul on Crawford, his first personal, 4th team foul. Slowed the breakaway down, but it'll put Rivero at the line to shoot 2. Cats and the Rams. Lovington wins. They're in 2nd in the district. If they lose, at less than 10, they're 2nd in the district. Shot up for Elijah. The first one is up and good. Rivero now with 3 points for the Wildcats. Gets the ball back. He'll eye the second one. Shot up for Elijah, and he gets them both to go. He's got 4. 18-16 the score. Portales back down. Throwing it underneath, and that one a kick ball by Stevens. They let one go a minute ago. They didn't let that one go. Arroyo was already ready to break down the floor. Portales has only turned the ball over one time. So Crawford will inbound it from right of his own bucket. Looks to get it in 4 and right at 5 to Pfaffenberger. It's tipped away and to Arroyo. He'll throw it to a breaking Thompson. DeMarcus misses the layup. Stevens playing trailer. Gets the rebound, misses it. And then they're going to call the travel. I don't know why Ethan didn't just put it right back up. But he didn't. And then he travels. So turnover number 6 for the Wildcats. 51 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Cats trail the Rams 18-16. Hightower and Lujan play catch in the backcourt. Backcourt pressure from the Wildcats. Back to Hightower, who will take it across the timeline. Steps back, top of the arc. His 3 ball is off of the mark, but he'll wind up with his own rebound off of the tip. He'll put up a 12-footer. That one's not going to fall, and another long rebound. This one made by Aguilar. Aguilar keeps it himself. Rivero on him. Loses it off of his foot. Wanted the double dribble. Did Casey Pack. Didn't get it. Pfaffenberger, top of the arc. Another 3 ball up and no good, and that one going to be swatted out of bounds by Crawford, and it'll be Lovington basketball with 18 seconds to go here in the first. JoJo Perez checking back into the ball game for Lovington. Number 20 coming back in for Portales. Coach Casey Pack going to let Julian Arroyo sit for a few minutes. Take a breather here at the end of the quarter. 18 seconds remaining in the first. Lovington trails by 2. Rivero will run the point, takes it right over the Portales symbol, throws it to JoJo, saves it to Micah. Left wing, 3 on the way. That one is off the mark. Thompson there with the rebound, and he'll put it back up and in and count the bucket and the foul. Thompson's 3rd rebound, his first bucket, and we are tied at 18 apiece. So they're going to whistle that one on Hightower, his first personal, 5th team foul. Not that it matters with 5 seconds to go in the quarter. So at the line, DeMarcus Thompson for the and 1. Puts it up and gets the roll, and DeMarcus gets Lovington back up by a score of 19-18. With 3, with 2. Hightower at the buzzer and hits the rim and no good. We have played a quarter from here in Portales. It's Lovington 19, Portales 18. We'll return. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcdcnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Back here in Portales at the Ram Athletic Center, I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us tonight. Braden Cooper running our camera tonight. Tiff and Evie keeping an eye and ear on things back at One Radio Square. So Lovington leading 19-18 as we hit the 8 o'clock hour. Thanks for being with us. The Z94 KZOR Facebook page, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. So Hightower will control it, gets it poked away by Perez into the backcourt. But Hightower will get it back, and then they're going to call Perez. Now, in the girls' game earlier, that would have been an offensive foul, but instead, here in the boys' game, it is a defensive foul. Okay. That's fine. So the foul on JoJo, his first personal. First team foul here in the quarter on the Wildcats. Pressure is on as they'll inbound it to Pfaffenberger, who will give it right back to Culpepper. Then over to Hightower. Hightower works against Pondo, pushing it to Lujan. Perez gets to him quickly. Back out to Culpepper. Covington on him. Then reset with Hightower. Near side to Aguilar. Then top of the arc. Wide open for Hightower. No good, but the rebound made by Lujan, but then taken away by Thompson. Nice job for DeMarcus to a breaking Rivero, and Elijah puts it up and in. Elijah Rivero. And Lovington draws first blood here in the second quarter to Pfaffenberger. He'll put up a little 8-footer and good. Pfaffenberger with 5. 21-20. Lovington hanging on to the 1-point lead. Perez to Cale. Covington Starts his drive in, leaves it off for Thompson, right corner. He'll take it on the right base. Little double pump and up and in for DeMarcus. He's got 5. 23-20, Cats in the lead. Throw the fastball, almost overthrowing Hightower. He collects it, takes it to the free throw line, now goes into the left lane, shot up, count the bucket and the foul. 5 points for Hightower. They're going to call Cale Covington for his second personal. Second team foul on Lovington. And 3 the old-fashioned way from Hightower would tie this one up at 23 apiece. So Julian Arroyo checks back into the ball game. So Hightower at the line for the and 1. 6.5 to go, first half. So Hightower eyes it, skies it, and the and 1 is up, and it is good, and we are tied at 23 all. So Arroyo back in the ball game. Arroyo, Covington, Thompson, Perez, and Pondo for the Wildcats. To Covington, hands it to Thompson, drives through the right lane and up and in. Give and go, hand it off and put it home. Wildcats back up by 2, 25-23. Little backcourt pressure, Lujan weaves through traffic, takes it over to the far sideline. Then Pfaffenberger gives him a screen. They'll get it to Aguilar, right corner for 3. It's off the top of the bucket, and it'll be into the hands of Pondo, his third. He'll give it to Covington, who sails to the rack and count the bucket and the foul from the right lane. Cale Covington with 5 points, and he'll go to the line for the and 1. See for sure who they're going to call that one on as Rivero checks back in. They'll whistle that one on Pfaffenberger, his first personal. First team foul on Portales, and Covington at the line for the and 1. The Lovington up by 4, their biggest lead of the ball game, biggest lead either team has had. Portales led by 4 at one point in the first, and Cale gets the and 1. 3 the old-fashioned way, as they say. So Culpepper to the front court, gets it to Pfaffenberger, then they'll leave it off for Aguilar. Lovington did a nice job getting back in defense. To Hightower, spin move through traffic, and Rivero with the rebound. Elijah's first, gives it off to Julian. He turns on the Jets into the front court, splits 2 Rams, misses the point-blank layup, and Pfaffenberger with the rebound. And I think they are going to get Cale for his third personal on the push. The Wildcat faithful not liking it, and yep, it will be on Covington. So he's picked up his third personal. Cale's going to have to sit. So Covington will sit down with 3 personals. So it'll be Portales basketball, 28-23. Cats up by 5. Push it forward to Lujan. Thinks about the 3. Now gets it back to Hightower. Top of the arc to Culpepper, and his 3 from the right wing in and out. Number 20 is there with the rebound and the putback. It won't go, and finally Lovington going to come away with it. Arroyo throws it away. Bad pass and into the hands of Portales, and a 3-ball up for Hightower, not going to go, and Pfaffenberger with the rebound, his third, and finally they're going to call a foul. Be an offensive foul on Pfaffenberger. That'll be his second personal, second team foul on Portales. Lovington needs to do a little better job on the glass. Hard to do, though, with Pfaffenberger and big number 20 out there. Trying to see who they don't have on their bench, so maybe that's who that is. They'll hand it to Pondo, left wing. His 3-ball is in and out, and another rebound for Pfaffenberger. That's his 4th. Leaves it off for Hightower. So Hightower across the timeline. That's where Perez will pick him up. Pfaffenberger sets the screen. Lovington does a nice job just going through it and around it. Back to Culpepper. He works against Rivero. Almost loses the basketball. Takes it into the deep left corner. Picks up the dribble. He'll have to push it back out to Lujan. 4:38 to go first half. Lovington up 28-23. Portales looks like they want to take the air out of the basketball a little bit here. Slow things down. Lujan with it. The high inlet pass knocked away, but somehow 20 winds up with it. He puts it up and in. He's got 6 in the ball game. 28-25. Back down come the Cats. Perez to Rivero. He's got room. Takes it in. Bounces around. No good. Thompson with the rebound, and he is fouled. I can't believe Rivero didn't get fouled, but Thompson gets his 4th board of the ball game, and he'll head to the line for 2. So the foul going to be called on Hightower, his second personal. Thompson at the line. So DeMarcus from the stripe misses the first. He's now 1 of 2 from the line. Patrick Alvarado comes in for Portales. He'll come in for Hightower. Thompson at the line. Thompson, Stevens, Arroyo, Perez, and Rivero on the floor for your Wildcats. Thompson's second one is up, and that one is good. 29-25, Cats in the lead. Checking back in will be Anson Marquez for Lovington. 4:10 remaining in the first half. Push into Lujan. Backcourt pressure coming from Perez. They're going man pressure. And a foul going to be called. Are you kidding me? Okay. Second personal on JoJo Perez. Fourth personal, fourth team foul on the Cats. A little inconsistent between the games with this crew. I think they're calling it both ways, but just a little inconsistency. Push it over. Trying to get the high inlet pass in, and Perez comes through and knocks that one away. They were trying to get it into big number 20. That may be Pierce Culpepper. I don't see an 11 down there, so I'm going to say that's Pierce Culpepper. And so Lujan with it off the inbound top of the arc. Rivero picks him up, though. The fastball to Culpepper in the left baseline. He'll put up a little awkward shot. It's not good, but Pfaffenberger gets his 5th board of the ball game and makes this a 2-point ball game. As Arroyo step back 3, top of the arc, and bang for Julian. His first points of the ball game. That's hard to believe, and it's 32-27, and a whistle sounds. I think it was just knocked away. Lovington, knocks it away. And off of Portales, that's their 4th turnover. Lovington back up by 5. 3:28 to go in the first. Toss it in to Stevens. Stevens will take it, hippity hop to the left. Lane underhand, and Ethan up and in. 5 points for Ethan Stevens. Lovington on a bit of a roll right now, 34-27. To Culpepper underneath, and they'll work it to Hightower in the right base. And up and in for Hightower. He's got 8 in the ball game. 34-29. Cats up by 5. Arroyo goes behind the back. A little hesitation move to Rivero. He'll take it to the right block. 12-footer up, no good. Kisses the rim. And it'll be Culpepper with his 4th board of the ball game. So to the front court, I want to call him Artesia. Portales back on the offensive side of things. Lujan to Culpepper. Kicking it out to Culpepper. Culpepper to Culpepper for 3. In and out. And it'll be Perez with the rebound. JoJo's first. Perez to Arroyo. Takes it across the timeline under a little bit of pressure. Now over to Perez. Leave it off for Marquez. Anson, bounce pass, trying to get it into the middle, but unfortunately goes into the hands of Portales. Back down comes Culpepper and knocked away from behind by Stevens. Good hustle play for the Wildcats. DeMarcus Thompson coming back into the ball game. DeMarcus will come in for Perez. Marquez, Arroyo, Stevens, Thompson. Rivero into Culpepper. The left block, turnaround jumper, no good. And it'll be Pfaffenberger, his 6th rebound, his turnaround put back, no good, but he's fouled. He'll head back to the line. They're going to whistle that one on Anson Marquez. That'll be Anson's first personal. 5th team foul, though, on Lovington, and so that will put Portales in the bonus for the last 2:14 of the half. Pfaffenberger's first trip to the line tonight gets the first one to fall. 34-30 is the score. Lovington up by 4. 2:14 remaining in the first. Pfaffenberger got the first, eyes the second, gets them both. Back to a 3-point Wildcat lead. Rivero to run things as, wow, they are on Arroyo extremely tight. With Hightower, Stevens almost losing it. They'll push it around. Rivero drives left baseline, puts up a 10-footer. Not going to fall, and Pfaffenberger another rebound, his 7th. Weaving through traffic is Hightower, kicks it off of his foot, keeps control somehow, and he'll take it coast to coast and put it up and in. Jace Hightower has 10 in the ball game. Back to just a 1-point Lovington game, and back the other way. Elijah up and in on the transition. 36-33, 3-point Lovington lead. 90 seconds to go in a fast-moving first half. Hightower splits 2 Cats, picks up the dribble, needs some help. Pfaffenberger, top of the arc for 3. It's good. The big boys for both teams can shoot, that's for sure, and we are tied at 36 all. Back down to Marquez on the left base, and up and in for Anson. 38-36. Back and forth we go. Run, run, run. To the front court with Hightower. Portales basketball as we click to the 1 minute mark. Rivero guards Hightower. Takes it around, now picked up by Arroyo. Picks up his dribble, bad pass, and picked off. Lovington basketball to Rivero. Trying to get it over home, and he will save it to Stevens. Tries to bounce it into the middle, but unfortunately right into the hands of Culpepper. 9th turnover for the Wildcats. That's about the only thing that hadn't gone their way this first half. Portales has managed to capitalize on some of them. To Lujan as Thompson comes out to guard him. 35 seconds remaining in the half. A 2-point Lovington lead. Lujan all the way through and can't get the roll. And off of the tip, and a long rebound for Elijah Rivero. To Julian Arroyo. Gets stripped out. They don't call a foul either way. And it'll be another turnover for the Wildcats. Push it to Pfaffenberger. Left corner. 3-ball up. No good. Lujan playing trailer is blocked. And it'll wind up in the hands of Culpepper, who gets hammered. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Perez comes back in. They're going to call the hold foul on DeMarcus Thompson, his second personal. Portales already in the double bonus. Paxton Culpepper at the line, his first trip to the stripe. Puts up the first, and it clanks off the iron. No good. Cale Covington comes back in. JoJo Perez, Micah Pondo coming in too. Thompson and Covington in the front blocks. Pondo and Perez in the back blocks, and then Julian Arroyo playing trailer. So Culpepper missed the first, he'll eye the second. Puts it up, and he gets that one to go. 38-37, Wildcats with the 1-point lead. 14 seconds remaining here in the first. Subs coming in for Portales too as Romero Flores onto the floor. Bradley Aguilar back in. Thompson will take it into the front court to Covington, top of the arc. Cale just going to turn around. He's going to drive in on Culpepper. Nifty little move, but misses the point-blank layup. And it'll be Alvarado with his first rebound of the ball game as time expires on the first half. We've got a good one here in Portales. It is Lovington 38, Portales 37. We're back in a couple of minutes for your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know How halftime show. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
And back here in Portales at the Ram Athletic Center, it is halftime. And this is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime report from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa Know-How for your car, be sure you get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Lovington Auto Supply and Napa, proud supporters of the Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. Napa, get up and go. 38-37 is our score. Lovington in the lead in what has been a back-and-forth slugfest so far. Let's take a look at the first half numbers in this one. For Portales, leading scorer right now is Carson Pfaffenberger. He has 12 points. He's also their leading rebounder with 7. 10 points in the first half for Jace Hightower, so 2 double-digit scores for Portales. Pierce Culpepper, he checked in with 6 points in that first half and 4 rebounds, 6 points for Paxton Culpepper and 3 points for Bradley Aguilar. First half, Portales goes 5 of 9 from the free throw line, 15 rebounds collectively as a team. As we mentioned, Pfaffenberger, the leader in that stat. 5 turnovers for Portales in the first half. They got 18 points in the first. They got 19 in the second. Till they get to their 37 on the board. Turning the page for your Lovington Wildcats. Leading scorer in the first half is DeMarcus Thompson. He and Elijah Rivero, actually, both with 8 points in the first half. 6 points for Micah Pondo, 6 points Cale Covington, 5 points Ethan Stevens, 3 points Anson Marquez. Leading rebounder right now is DeMarcus Thompson. 15 rebounds as a team for Lovington. Very good from the charity stripe as they go 5 of 6 from the free throw line, but 10 turnovers in that first half. Fortunately, Portales not able to capitalize on just a whole lot of them. Lovington with 19 points in each quarter. That's how they get to their 38 on the board. So your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How keys to the second half. If you are the Wildcats, you just have to keep your foot on the gas. When they played their game, they got going downhill, they got the matchups they wanted, they were able to stretch that lead out. Portales, of course, also pretty good at doing what they want to do too, and they disrupted that game plan somewhat as they came back and through and really kind of made Lovington have to think about things just a little bit. So the Cats just continue to play your game. They've got to do a better job cleaning up the boards. 15 rebounds each for each team, but Portales with quite a few on offense, and they've got to find a way to block out and more effectively corral Carson Pfaffenberger, especially on the offensive glass. So if they can do that and they can get the transitions working, I think it should be a good night, all told, for Coach Casey Pack and his Lovington Wildcats. 38-37 is our score. The Wildcats in control of this one, but as we saw in the girls' game earlier, anything can happen. Of course, second seed in the district is on the line. The situation, once again, if you are just joining us, if Lovington wins, they are the second seed. There is no question at all about that. Artesia has already won the district race, but Lovington playing for second, and that does matter when it gets to Selection Sunday, and it also matters in the district tournament next week. Were Portales to come back and win this one, as long as they win by less than 10, Lovington would still be the second seed. And if Portales were to come back and win by 10 or more, then it would become a coin flip to see when that to see who would be the second seed. And I'm not sure actually when that coin flip would take place, if it would be tonight or tomorrow sometime between Coach Ariola and Coach Chavez, or if the two coaches would do it. I'm not sure exactly how all of that would work, but we'll find out if we can for you. So halftime here at the Ram Athletic Center, final game of the district season. And the Lovington Wildcats right now hanging on to a slim 38-37 lead over the Portales Rams. We'll take a timeout, come back with the second half. You're listening to and watching Wildcat Basketball on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Back here in Portales at the Ram Athletic Center, getting ready for the start of the second half of this one. I'm TJ Miracle. Good evening to you. Braden Cooper running our camera tonight. Thanks to Braden for helping us out with that. Tiff and Evie Stuber in studio, keeping an eye and an ear on everything at the three-ring circus that is One Radio Square on game nights. Don Morgan on assignment with the Hobbs Lady Eagles tonight in the Cave City of Carlsbad. So as we get ready for the start of this second half of action, it'll be Arroyo, Thompson, Pondo, Rivero, and Covington on the floor for your Wildcats. Pfaffenberger, Culpepper, Hightower, Aguilar, and Lujan on the floor for the Portales Rams. And so it'll be Lovington basketball as we get back underway. Start of the second half, third quarter. Lovington up 38-37. Huge crowd tonight on hand here at the Rack, as they call it, in Portales. Nice facility. We always appreciate the Portales schools, too. Very gracious host, and we've always appreciated that. Nice to have a good working relationship with them. Inside to Cale Covington on the fastball, and Cale goes hard to the rack, but is fouled from the left base. So just like that, Covington will head to the line as he gets the block foul called on Pfaffenberger. That'll be his third personal. It'll be the first team foul here in the third quarter on Portales. So Covington heads to the line to try and stretch out a 1-point Lovington lead. Shot is up, and it is good. That'll make this a 39-37 ball game. Second on the way for Covington is up, and it is good. Just a quick note, I've been informed that Artesia has won their game tonight, so they are the undefeated district champs. 40-37, Lovington up by 3. Pfaffenberger, top of the arc, will give it off to Hightower. He backs it off between the rings. 7:40 remaining here in the third. Hightower working against Rivero, comes near side to Aguilar. Aguilar picks up his dribble, gets it out to Pfaffenberger. Pondo on him tight, and Pondo swipes at the ball but gets armed too. Micah's second personal. First team foul on Lovington. Coach Casey Pack, not a happy man. He's saying he got ball. He did. Unfortunately, I think at least from our vantage point, he probably got a little bit armed too. And it was a smart, heady play, just didn't quite work like he planned on. Good pressure forces Artesia to push it into the backcourt. Culpepper to Hightower. Rivero will pick him up. Takes it right side, bouncing into Lujan, loses it off his foot and into the hands of Micah Pondo. Pondo brings it down, underhands to Rivero. Now to Covington on the right base and up and in for Cale. The little overhand shot is up and good. Covington now with 10 points in the ball game, and it's 42-37. Back the other way, and a charge, or is it just an out of bounds? I think it's just an out of bounds. Portales trying to play a little fast. They've got 7 turnovers now in the ballgame. Back to Lovington. As out of nowhere, Hightower trying to get kind of a lackadaisical inbound. Thompson will take it into the front court, give it off to Covington. Covington, hippity hop, passes off to Rivero, misses the point blank one as he came through the back door on the base, but then he'll take it right back away from Pfaffenberger. His putback no go, and then another foul called as Elijah got the steal. His shot no good. That'll be his first personal, second team foul on the Cats. Coach Casey Pack pointing something out to his team, and I think maybe the officials too. 42-37, Cats up with 6:40 remaining here in the third quarter. Hightower gets the pick from Pfaffenberger. Now Buddy will have to back it out. Good defense for the Cats. Into the corner for Culpepper, throws the fastball, trying to get it into Pfaffenberger. Off of the hands of DeMarcus Thompson, and they say off the hands of Pfaffenberger too. They say he tipped it. It'll be Lovington basketball. Now the side official going to come over and argue with it. Nope, she says, or does she change her mind? The head official overruled it, so it's not a turnover for Portales. The blue-clad faithful barking about it. The inbound to Hightower, right corner for 3, and that one is over the backboard, and Lovington's basketball. So Lovington dodging a bullet, leaving one of the shooters, in this case Hightower, wide open. Full court press is on. They'll throw it to Micah Pondo as he'll take it in, works against Aguilar. Underhand scoop no good, and it'll be Aguilar with the rebound, but Thompson immediately takes it away from him. So Lovington will reset. Cats with it as Arroyo will back it out. As Arroyo takes it hard to the rack, no good, and then a long rebound made by Rivero. Rivero to Pondo, bobbles it around a little bit as we click to 6 minutes to Arroyo. Bouncing, left corner, and bang! Julian Arroyo hits the tray. His second 3-ball of the ball game. Lovington now up by 9, 45-37. Just 8. I went to Big Spring High. I'm sorry, my math skills are not very good. To Lujan, to Culpepper, left side for 3. That one is in and out. Skine for the rebound. Coming in is Culpepper. He gets it. His putback no good. It'll wind up in the hands, though, of Pfaffenberger, who then loses it. And back to Lovington. Back down. It's Arroyo to Rivero, and Elijah misses the point-blank layup. And Aguilar with another rebound, but then taken right back by the Wildcats. Covington with it. The little floater from 10. No good. Thompson back to the big boy and up and in. Cale Covington now with 12. And now Lovington is up by 10. 5 minutes remaining. 5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. And the ball knocked away and out of bounds. It'll stay Portales basketball, but Coach Randy McBroom going to call a timeout. Lovington has stretched a 1-point lead to a 10-point lead. 5:02 remaining here in the third. Wildcats 47, Rams 37. We're back in 60. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Out of the Portales timeout, it will be Ram basketball. Wildcat basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. I'm TJ Miracle as they'll toss it over to Culpepper. Deep right corner. Covington gets to him quickly. Pfaffenberger sets a screen. Culpepper keeps it, goes between the legs, then tries to underhand it. Pfaffenberger to Pfaffenberger, but he's fouled. Julian Arroyo goes, "Are you kidding me?" And I kind of agree with him on that one. His first personal, third team foul on Lovington. This officiating crew does like away from the ball fouls. So the inbound will come to Culpepper, they'll get it to Lujan. Lujan takes it through the left lane. His roller not going to fall, and the rebound by Covington. Surprisingly, Kale's first of the ball game. Covington behind the back, takes it coast to coast, puts it up, count the bucket of the foul. Cale Covington now with 8 points in the quarter, 14 in the game, and Lovington stretches it up to 12. They're going to call that on Carson Pfaffenberger. That'll be his fourth personal. Second team foul, so Pfaffenberger going to have to come out, you would think. And he will, and they'll put Ethan Crawford in his place. Okay, Covington at the line for the and one. Covington eyes it, skies it, and gets it gone. 50-37, a 13-point lead for the Wildcats. Ethan Stevens will come in for Micah Pondo. Lovington trying to stretch things out, but something tells me Portales has a comeback in him. So to the front court, it'll be Hightower. He works against Perez, who also just checked in. Picks up the dribble, tosses back out. Top of the arc. They'll get it in to Culpepper and stolen away. The Cats have now forced 11 turnovers on Portales. Perez to the front court. They give him some room. Perez, little head fake, almost loses the basketball. Just going to have to throw a wing and a prayer out. Stevens is there to save it. Ethan will come to the high post, puts up the 8-footer, no good, but Thompson is there with the rebound. His putback not going to fall, and back the other way comes Portales as Paxton Culpepper comes away with it. Culpepper, Lujan, blocked from behind by Cale Covington. Looked like he got all ball, but they were emphatic about that, so both big boys in trouble as Covington will have to sit with 4 personals. And at the line will be Joel Lujan. So Cale Covington going to have to come out. Anson Marquez waits to check in as the first shot is up. And it is good for Lujan. He's got a point now. And that is the first point in the quarter for Portales, and it comes with 3:56 remaining in the quarter. Lujan's second is up. That one is short-armed, and it'll be Stevens with the rebound. That is his third. Back down with Arroyo. Julian works against Lujan, looking for some room. Hippity hop, goes through the left lane, shot up, no good. Thompson will wind up with it, and DeMarcus puts it back up and in. 10 points for DeMarcus Thompson and 8 rebounds. 52-38, Cats up. Though the fastball in, and it's off a couple of feet for the Wildcats and out of bounds. So it'll stay Portales basketball on their baseline. Lovington holds on to win this one. I believe we'd play Thursday night at 7 o'clock. In the friendly confines of Wildcat Gym. We would be the second seed. Probably playing these Portales Rams yet again. So the inbound will wind up in the hands of Hightower. He'll hippity hop. He'll come to the right block and kiss it high off the glass. He's got 8 points in the ball game. 52-40. Lovington back down into the corner. Stevens thinks about the three, and it'll go off of the foot of Culpepper. And it'll stay Lovington basketball. Marquez, Stevens, Rivero, Perez, and Arroyo on the floor for the Cats. 3:18 to go in the third. And a whistle sounds as Coach Casey Pack going to take the timeout. Wants to talk about things. And it will just be a 30, so we'll keep it right here tomorrow afternoon here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Be sure you join us as baseball tips off as the start of the 2024 season for the Wildcats as they will take on the Lobos, a Chaparral doubleheader from Wildcat Park. Don Morgan, yours truly, will have the call for you here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Z94 Facebook page. We should be on about 12:45 tomorrow afternoon with your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show as hardball gets underway, but we're still playing round ball, hopefully for 3 full weeks. Out of the time for Arroyo. Perez on the floor for the Cats. Culpepper, Hightower on the floor with Crawford for the Rams. Rivero with it, pushing it over to Arroyo. Julian finds some room, goes hard to the rack and up and in for Julian. Arroyo now with 8 points in the ball game, 54-40. As Julian loses a shoe. You know what I'm saying? 54-40 your fight. I think that was a political thing back in the 1800s. And yes, I do have a history degree. I believe it was the proposed border with Canada. Can you tell it's been a long day when I'm talking about history? Portales basketball, Lovington in the full court press. It's pushed into Hightower. Now Lovington will drop back. Crawford sets the screen for Hightower. Little head fake. He'll take it through, almost loses it, scoops it, no good. And the rebound by Anson Marquez. That'll be his second. Anson, they'll work it around to Thompson. Thompson misses the point-blank layup, and it'll be Culpepper with his 5th rebound. He'll leave it off. Culpepper to Culpepper, now down to Crawford. Crawford pushing it over and into the hands of DeMarcus Thompson. Back down comes the Cats. Thompson with it. Takes it hard to the rack and up and in for DeMarcus. 12 points for Thompson, and Lovington up now 56-40. A little hesitation move by Culpepper, and he drives into the lane. I think they're probably going to get DeMarcus. Actually, they're going to get Ethan Stevens, I think. Didn't know Ethan was even in the neighborhood, but okay. I'll have it on him than DeMarcus. 5th team foul on Lovington, so that will put Portales in the bonus for the remaining 2:22 of this quarter. So Culpepper at the line where he is 0 of 2. First one is up, and I shouldn't have said he was 0 for 2 because the announcer's curse works both ways. As Aguilar will come back in for Portales, Sean Montiel. So coming in for his first action of the evening. Pondo and Marquez up front for the Cats. Culpepper at the line, made the first. He's got 7 and still got 7. And Pondo with the rebound, that'll be his 4th. Little backcourt pressure as Arroyo directs traffic. Takes it across the timeline to Pondo, deep left corner, thinks about the 3. Now he'll throw it all the way across to Perez. Perez, hippity hop to the block, put it up, and JoJo rattles it home. His first points of the ball game, the Fab freshman into the scoring books this evening. To Bradley Aguilar. Into Hightower, working the left wing. Get it over to number 22, that's Montiel. Montiel back to Hightower, spin move at the free throw line. Now just going to leave it out for Aguilar. Gets bumped by Pondo. No call. And it'll be a turnover. Back down comes Lovington. Feed it to a breaking Elijah Rivero. Up and in. Elijah has 10. And now it's 60-41. The Cats running away with this one in the third. Hightower loses it, but there to save it is Montiel. Push it over to Culpepper. Culpepper, top of the arc. Tries to get it into the other Culpepper and throws it away, but it'll be on to Micah Pondo's hands. But Micah lands funny on his foot. He's off and he's not feeling good as Ethan Stevens will check into the ball game. You certainly hope he's okay. May just be a cramp the way they're acting. So it'll be Portales basketball. Push it to Culpepper all by himself on the right base. He made a nifty move to get that way. Culpepper with 10 in the ball game. 60-43. Full court pressure is on Rivero from Arroyo into the corner. Stevens thinks about the 3 left side. Now between the rings with Julian. They'll reset it with 1 minute to go in the third. Gets the screen pick from Rivero. Hand it off to Perez as Aguilar picks him up. Now to Stevens. Little spin move as he works against Aguilar. Kick it out. Little bobble by Perez, and Arroyo will reset NBA 3 right wing, and that one is going to be short. But Stevens will wind up with it to Perez in the right corner for 3. That one is off the mark, and it goes out of bounds. And no foul, just out of bounds. So it'll be Portales basketball. It will be a foul, so they'll call it on Anson Marquez, his second personal. Coach Randy McBroom going to argue that it should be shooting. I think Lovington should have still officially had possession of the basketball, but the refs didn't see it that way. So, yep, since it was a defensive foul, Portales will go down and shoot free throws. 60-43, though, Lovington up by 16 in this quarter, leading by 17 overall. So at the line will be Paxton Culpepper. He's 1 of 2 from the stripe and make it 2 of 3. Again, when am I going to learn not to give that stat till after they've shot? 60-44 the score. Second one on the way for Culpepper, and he gets them both to fall. He's got 12 in the ball game. 15-point Wildcat lead. Stevens bouncing it to Perez. Perez to the left baseline with Marquez. Anson kisses it off the glass, but it won't drop. And it will drop into the hands of Montiel. Montiel to Culpepper. He works against Perez. Stevens Alver to help out, though, to a cutter, and then backdoor for Culpepper. His first one up, no good. Second one up, no good. Gets the rebound, and then he travels. Culpepper with 7 rebounds, but travels, and Portales has now turned it over 14 times. That is 9 times so far here in this third quarter. Lovington to the front court with 10 seconds remaining. Bounce it to Stevens. Push it over to Rivero. Thinks about the 3 now. He'll drive into the lane. The little push shot, no good. And Arroyo with the rebound. The putback, no good. And at the buzzer, turning around, putting it up, no good. But the Wildcats have taken control of this one. They lead Portales. Our score 60-45. Back for the fourth quarter. Right after this, Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Back here in Portales, start of the fourth quarter. Lovington in command, but they can't rest. They lead this one 60-45. The second seed in the district is on the line tonight, and that can help a lot of things. It gets you the home game later in the week, so you got time to rest and practice. And it'll also potentially help your seeding come Selection Sunday next Sunday. So Portales basketball as we start the fourth quarter. Cats in the lead. Looks like some barking going on from the student section over there. They'll throw the fastball into Pfaffenberger, knocked away by Pondo and Thompson, out of bounds off the Wildcats. It'll stay Portales basketball. Well, the inbound will come from that's Culpepper. He'll get it into Lujan. Thought about the NBA 3, back to Culpepper. Pushing off, no calls. He falls to the floor and then loses the basketball, but Lujan is there, and then they're going to call the shoulder bump on Arroyo, his second personal, first team foul on Lovington. You're up by 15. Now is not the time to get mouthy on either side. You're getting the business from Portales' faithful or their players. Just point at the scoreboard, guys. 30 seconds gone in the fourth, a 15-point Lovington lead. Culpepper in the right sideline, now back out top of the arc. Hightower for 3. That one off the mark, and Thompson outfights Pfaffenberger for his 8th board of the ball game. Lovington takes control. Into the corner, Perez, he'll take it on through the right lane and lay it up and in. JoJo Perez with 4 points in the ball game off the bench. And Lovington draws first blood here in the fourth. Culpepper to the front court, takes it to the left block, turns, fires, no good, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. They're going to call Arroyo as he's picked up another quick personal. That's his 3rd personal. Second team foul on the Cats. Ethan Stevens waiting to check in. And at the line for 2, Paxton Culpepper. He's 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Has 12 points. And make it 13. That one hit, I think, everything in the gym and then hit the bottom of the net. 62-46, Cats in control of this one. So the Portales Rams, as a whistle sounds, and we're going to have a lane violation as Pfaffenberger trying to get position. Or pardon me, that was the other Culpepper, Pierce Culpepper, number 20. So give it back to Lovington. 1 minute gone here in the fourth. Little man pressure in the backcourt. Arroyo uses up the dribble, gives it back to Thompson on the left side, bouncing it to Pondo in between a triangle. Back to Arroyo, hippity hop, weaving through the lane. Misses the shot, and Culpepper with the rebound. Now is not the time to go cold, and Lovington forces the turnover. Pondo with it. He'll go around off the glass, and they call the charge on Micah. For Pondo, that'll be his 3rd personal, 3rd team foul on Lovington. If you're the Cats, that's their first turnover, though, with the second half, so that's a pretty darn good number. If you're Lovington, you do not want to let Portales back into this one from the stripe. You're up by 16. Make them take some time off the clock. To the front court, the Rams bring the basketball down. Little crossover as Hightower works against Rivero, pushing it over to Lujan. Thinks about the three. Arroyo gets to him quickly. Back out to Pfaffenberger. A three from the left wing. No good. And Cale Covington will come away with the air ball. Cale keeps it himself. Falls to the floor. No foul called. It'll wind up in the hands of Arroyo. The little 10-foot floater. No good. Cale is there. Tries to push it back in. He's fouled. Covington heads to the line for two. They're going to call Lujan for his second personal. That's just the first team foul in the quarter. So at the line, that will be Cale Covington. Covington leads the Cat charge and clanks that one off the front of the iron. He's got 15 points, trying to make it 16 as Rivero will check out. Perez back in. Stevens, Thompson, Covington, Arroyo, and Perez on the floor for your Wildcats. Cale's second is on the way, and Covington will get that one to fall. 63-46. Lovington stretching the lead up with 6 minutes to go here in the ball game. To the front court with Hightower. Hightower, Lujan, Pfaffenberger, Culpepper, and Culpepper on the floor for the Rams. And Tipton stolen away again. 16 turnovers to Arroyo into the front court. Casey telling him spread out. Julian takes it. Goes hard to the rack on the right side and up and in. Julian Arroyo now with 10 points in the ballgame. 65-46, 19-point lead. Biggest of the ballgame for the Wildcats. Hightower pushing back out to Pfaffenberger. 5:20 remaining in regulation. Pfaffenberger to Hightower on the handoff, football style. They try and work it around to the free throw line. Using up the dribble is Culpepper. Has to push it back out to Hightower. Bouncing into Pfaffenberger and right into the hands of the Wildcats as Covington off the tip. Gives it to Stevens. Underhand and in for Ethan. I didn't know the circus was in town. I knew it was coming, but it's here now with that circus shot. So back down comes Portales. 67-46 as Hightower hippity-hop through the lane and underhand scoop fouled to the line as they are going to whistle that one on Perez, his third personal. Fourth team foul on Lovington. But we are clicking down towards the halfway mark of this fourth period. Lovington in control. Hightower at the line. He's got 10. So he'll bend the knees, eye it, sky it, and gets it to go. He's got 11 in the ball game now. 3 Rams in double figures. Pfaffenberger, Jace Hightower, and Paxton Culpepper. Pierce Culpepper checks out. Subs coming in for the Rams. Hightower made the first, Eli the second, puts it up and gets them both. He's got 12 in the ball game. Sorry, I put that on the wrong side. 67-48, there we go. Score bug is corrected now. Lovington basketball into the front court, throw the fastball down to Stevens. Hightower tries to save it with Aguilar, but it'll stay Lovington basketball. Just a little bit out of sorts on that one, trying to move fast. I like it. No, it'll be Arroyo to inbound from right of his own bucket, and timeout taken by Coach Casey Pack. It'll be a 30, so we'll just keep it right here. 4:41 remaining in the ballgame. 67-48. I'm TJ Miracle. Braden Cooper running camera for us here tonight. Dawn Morgan on assignment. Tiff and Evie Stuber keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. The Wildcats hold on to win this one. They will be number 2 in the district. That means they'll have the number 2 seed in district and will host on Thursday night for a chance to go play Artesia for the district tournament championship. Of course, if you win the district title, which Artesia did tonight, they are guaranteed a playoff spot. And if you win the district tournament, you are guaranteed a playoff spot. Granted, I think even if Lovington were to not win the district tournament, I still think they would get into the playoffs, but winning it, I think would get them a home game. They're kind of on the home game bubble, so to speak. So you'd like to have one at the friendly confines. So it'll be Arroyo to inbound it with 4:41 to go out of the Lovington timeout. Referee coming all the way from the backcourt. Not sure what he was doing as they bounce it into Covington, but it is loose on the floor and out of bounds. Just the second turnover in the half, though, for Lovington. 12 turnovers in the ball game. They have forced a ton of them on Portales. 12 in the half so far for Portales. 17 overall. To the front court with Alvarado. Alvarado to Hightower. Top of the arc. He works against Perez. Step back from 17. It is off the iron. Tip, 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 tip. And Covington coming away with the rebound, his fourth. Cale keeps it himself. Uses up the dribble. Be careful. Don't put too much pressure on those knees, big boy. To Arroyo. Julian will drive it in. Gets stripped out and out of bounds. Got stripped out by Alvarado. It'll be Lovington basketball. 4:07 remaining in the regular season. District tournament starts next week. To Covington off the inbound. Top of the arc. It is off the front of the iron, and Stevens is going to go track it down, his fourth. Lovington resets. Perez. He battles with Aguilar, bobbles it around, controls it. Now to Covington, and a whistle sounds, and a foul going to be called away from the basketballs. They call the block. They're going to whistle that one on Paxton Culpepper, his third personal. Just the second team foul on Portales. Lovington up by 19. Covington to Thompson. Thompson spin move into the lane. Shot up, no good. DeMarcus with his own rebound resets it out to Cale. Cale now with the little push shot. Lovington having trouble buying a bucket, but not having trouble on the glass as Thompson gets his 10th board and his 14th point of the ball game. Count it. Double-double for DeMarcus Thompson tonight with 3.5 to go here in the ball game. Bounce it to Lujan, left baseline. He will take it unimpeded all the way to the rack. 3 points for Joel Lujan. 69-50. 3:20 to go to JoJo Perez. JoJo tossing it over, near side to Arroyo. Working on the near side, backs it up and almost in front of the scorer's table. Little hesitation, fake the handoff. Now to Cale Covington. He'll drive left baseline and slam it home! Cale Covington slam-a-jamma. And that's the exclamation point, if you will. Lovington back up by 21, 71-50. Julian takes a swipe at Hightower. Hightower fades away from 10, in and out, and Covington with another rebound, his fifth. Now all Lovington has to do is play smart basketball. Out to Thompson with 2.5 remaining. Back to Arroyo. Portales going to back off, give him a little bit of room. As Arroyo bouncing it back out to Thompson. Near the timeline, now into the corner with Stevens. It's a game of keep away now with 2 minutes to go. Portales still with fouls to give. Lovington is going to lock up second seed in district. Going to improve to 16-10 on the year, 6-4 in district. They'd sure like another shot at those Bulldogs next weekend. Arroyo from the left corner for three and bang! Julian Arroyo now with 13 in the ball game. 74-50. Cats making a statement here at the Ram Athletic Center. Pfaffenberger for three, no good. Covington going to foul him, and that'll foul Cale out of the ball game. It will also put Portales into the double bonus. Well, that is a 3-shot foul, too. Bad foul for Cale Covington. So Cale going to finish the game, though, with 18 points and 5 rebounds, including the slam down the baseline. Covington walks over, shakes the hand of Coach McBroom. And Pfaffenberger at the line to shoot 2. He's perfect from the line tonight, 2 for 2, and now 3 for 3. 74-51. Coach McBroom is out and barking a little bit at one of the officials. He's not happy. Pfaffenberger's second is up, and that one falls off the rim, no good, so he'll shoot a third. Marquez and Rivero coming in for Thompson and Stevens. Marquez, Rivero, Pondo, Perez, and Arroyo on the floor for the Wildcats. So the third shot on the way for Pfaffenberger, and that one going to roll home. He's got 14. Wildcat basketball as Pondo breaks the press, pushes it to Marquez at the free throw line, back out to Arroyo, thinks about the NBA three. We click down to 1:45 to go to Pondo. Micah the fastball to Rivero. Rivero to the left block, now to Marquez. It's keep away time. Come on, Micah, don't even pretend to do that one. Trying to bounce it inside, and it'll be a kickball for Portales and back to Lovington. Dangerous pass there, though. You got this one in hand with 96 seconds remaining on the clock. 74-52. Inbound to Arroyo. As Arroyo bouncing it to Marquez. Back out to Arroyo. As again, with plenty of fouls to give. Portales not gonna have trouble stopping the clock. That one just kisses the glass on the three-pointer in the left corner for Pondo. Pfaffenberger has his 10th rebound. He's got the double-double. Almost loses the basketball. Still loose on the court as Rivero dives for it. As the two number 4s, Rivero and Lujan, do they call jump ball? They do, and it'll be Lovington basketball. So the Wildcats have really turned up the defensive heat, and now we've got some more subs coming in as Peyton Hernandez checks in for the Wildcats, as does Xavier Casadas. So the Cats starters, except for Rivero, more or less off the floor now as they pick up the big win here in Portales. Off the full court pressure to Casadas in the front court. Xavier back to Perez. Perez bouncing to Casadas. Long cross-court pass to Marquez, under a minute to go. Hernandez to Perez. The future of the Cat program out there right now with Hernandez, Rivero, Casadas, Perez. Back to Anson Marquez, 3 from the right corner, and bang! Anson Marquez! 77-52, that may be the exclamation point on the night. Montiel for 3, and that one is off the mark, and Anson just going to watch that one go out. I think it'll stay Portales basketball. It will. So, of course, with the Lady Cats losing in a heartbreaker earlier, we will be with you on Tuesday night. More basketball. The inbound to Alvarado, and his shot no good, but he's fouled. He'll head to the line for 2 with 27 seconds to go. They're going to call the hack foul on Peyton Hernandez, his first personal. Still at the line will be Patrick Alvarado. He's got a rebound tonight, trying to get into the score sheet with 27.7 seconds remaining. Shot is up and in and out. 13 or 14, no matter what happens in the district tournament. Lovington going to be right in that 6, 7, 8, 9 range. Second shot for Alvarado is up and no good. And off of the tip, Alvarado going to wind up with his own rebound, and Portales will reset, and the whistle sounds as Peyton Hernandez going to pick up his second personal, and so Alvarado going to head back to the line. Of course, before you can start worrying about the playoffs in 2 weeks, you got to worry about the district tournament first. That can still have a big bearing on seedings and everything else. Shot for Alvarado. He gets that one to go, so he is in the books now. 77-53. 23 seconds remaining in the ball game. Second one for Alvarado. He gets both of these, so he's 2 of 4 from the line. 77-54. Hernandez off the inbound. Also checking into the ball game. More guys, and Kyler Reeves goes hard to the rack, no good, and the ball will go out of bounds. You've got Reeves, Hernandez, Alex Rivera, Donovan Gomez. He's the number 23 I didn't have the other night. Xavier Casadas on the floor. 12 seconds to go. Cats in control and comfortable. Pfaffenberger with 7 to go. A long three-pointer, no good, and it'll be Kyler Reeves with the rebound. Pushing it forward to Casadas, and at the buzzer for 3. Off the mark, no good. But the Wildcats victorious tonight, 77-54, and Lovington will claim the number 2 seed in the district. We will take the time out, come back with your Western States Insurance postgame report. We might talk with Coach Casey Pack too. Sometimes he comes up on away games, sometimes not. We'll have to see, but we'll return right after this as Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
And back here in Portales, this is your Western States Insurance postgame report. All your insurance needs, home, auto, life, commercial, personal. Connie Samir and her great staff can take care of you right there at Western States Insurance. We love Western States. We love Connie, too. And, hey, go see her for all of your insurance needs, Western States Insurance. So the Cats victorious tonight and wrap up second in district, 77-54, in a game that was only a 1-point game at halftime. But Lovington put the foot on the gas and stretched it out and got the big victory. Let's take a look at the numbers in this one for the victorious Wildcats tonight. You had 4 players in double digits, led by Cale Covington. He had 18 in the ballgame, 14 points for DeMarcus Thompson. DeMarcus with 10 rebounds, so he had the double-double tonight. 13 points in the books for Julian Arroyo, 10 points for Elijah Rivero, 7 for Ethan Stevens, 6 points Micah Pondo, 4 points for JoJo Perez, and 5 points for Anson Marquez. Lovington goes 9 of 11 from the free throw line, 33 rebounds as a team collectively for Lovington in this one, again led by DeMarcus Thompson. 12 turnovers in the ballgame, but only 2 in the second half as Lovington poured it on in that second half. Let's see, scoring 20, 30, 39 points in the second half. Portales, their leading scorer tonight, they also had 3 in double digits. Carson Pfaffenberger with 14 points. He also had a double-double with 10 rebounds. 13 points for Paxton Culpepper and 12 points for Jace Hightower. So next up for your Lovington Wildcats, it will be district tournament time. They will be playing on Thursday. I believe that'll be at 7 o'clock. We will double check that timing for you. And so we will, of course, have that game for you here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. I would be willing to bet you that game is against these very same Portales Rams back at the friendly confines, as looks like Coach Casey Pack may be going to be heading out to the lobby. So I guess we will wrap this one up. Of course, Tuesday night we will have more Lovington Wildcat basketball as the Lovington Lady Cats going to be in action as they will be taking on the Goddard Lady Rockets from Wildcat Gym. I want to say that's a 7 o'clock start time, but I will double check on that. More Wildcat sports this weekend as I messed the score bug up again. More Wildcat sports this weekend. Baseball season starts tomorrow from Wildcat Park, 1 o'clock for a doubleheader against Chaparral. We'll be on at around 12:45. Don Morgan and yours truly. So a big game tonight for the Wildcats as they sew up number 2 in district and really help their seating potential and slot when it comes to Selection Sunday. Our final again, 77-54. So until tomorrow, my friends, for Tiff and Evie back in studio engineering and producing, for Don Morgan on assignment tonight, for Braden Cooper running camera, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Portales. This has been an exclusive presentation of New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Good night, everybody. Have a fantastic weekend.